on-air talent, or influencer? Visit beonair.com and discover a media school that's changing the game. We have 7 campuses across the country, and you can graduate in as little as 8 months. No math or English classes here, just classes that interest you and give you hands-on experience with real-world professionals in the media industry. And there's financial aid available for those who qualify. Stop sleepwalking through life. Show up for your dreams. Visit beonair.com and take the free career assessment. beonair.com.
Welcome in, folks. Part 2 of our high school football coverage this week on ChagrinValleyConference.com. CVC TV, Kyle Cornell, AA Anthony Alford with you live tonight from Corlew Stadium in Ashtabula, Ohio. The matchup, the 1-6 Edgewood Warriors taking on the 1-6 Conneaut Spartans here again on CVC TV. AA matchup, 2 teams in the late division. We've had 4 teams the past 2 days in the late division here on our airwaves, and for 2 teams that are trying to find themselves, got some younger players on the teams, trying to work their way through and try to get some momentum at the latter parts of this season.
Yeah, momentum, that's kind of where you want to start there, and part of what you're looking for, too, you had the injuries, especially Edgewood. Edgewood, they start off the season, as Coach mentioned, 42 players, and they had 6 injuries, really seemingly right off the bat.
6 starters, which is just wild to think about. Yeah, Coach Elijah Cooper just telling us, man, this is just an unfortunate season when it comes to injuries. As you see now, the Warriors take the field. I think Conneaut, too, and Coach Dobrin, I was talking to him before the game, too, AA. And it's one of those years where, again, it just feels like a building block here, trying to rely, obviously, a lot on junior quarterback Colby Stiltner, who's been one of the key cogs really built into this offense.
Yeah, and see how fast they come out. This will start. Both of these teams, they're circling this game as, hey, this is a game we can get. And if you get this game, you kind of roll, these last couple of weeks, see what happens. But this is the game that both of these teams have had circled. Kind of see where the nerves are, here in this, week 8 already.
It's crazy. I think we're in week 8, and we're in double digits now calling football games this year. A couple doubleheaders this season, including this week, as it was the Lake Division special here on CVC TV. But I got to say, too, AA, as the captains head to midfield here, the homecoming celebration, of course, tonight for Edgewood, different. We haven't seen this in a while. We saw everyone get drove out in cars on the field.
Yeah, and the cars were, finding their parking spots and stuff. But you could drive right here, right in the front, which they did with the homecoming ceremonies.
Yeah, right down the sideline at the bottom of your screen is where they, on the Edgewood sideline, is where they drove through. And yeah, just fun. I mean, I haven't seen, obviously we're from a bit further out west, but I know it's taken pretty seriously out here, and it was fun to watch. And congratulations to the King and Queen as well.
The presentation started at 6:20. I'm like, why are the teams going off the field this early? And it almost felt like they were going to run out of time. With all the activities and stuff, the bands were great too. So, we're off and running here with this football game. Good luck finding a seat here too. You got fans across, lining up, of course, finding somewhere to sit.
On both sides too. It's phenomenal. We know, obviously, this is a close matchup. Conneaut not too far down the road, heading up 90. So, chance to get into the late division one more time tonight. 2 teams AA at 1-6, both beating Grand Valley in their respective schedules relatively early in the year. And we kind of talked about the build for Edgewood too, again starting off the season with that, again early win, and then just tough here even at home. Just haven't been able to find consistency when you lose that many players, whether it's offensively, defensively, or in general. 6 starters that you're relying on. It's a lot of next man up mentality. You get that too, but it's still 6 players you were counting on to produce in the season.
And we talked last night when we were at Madison. One of their players, Alex Davis, he came back in, and one player made a difference in their starting lineup. So imagine, losing 6 players, and you have to basically rework how you operate your playbook, your game plan, and everything. But hey, this is the punches you got to roll with.
It's part of the game of football, right? Injuries happen, and definitely going to be curious to see how Edgewood responds to this. For both teams, too, just trying to get that first win in the late division AA. You mentioned getting some positive momentum at the end of the year. Really, these sophomore and junior classes on both of these sides are pretty extensive. A lot of the roster on both sides still underclassmen, so to speak. I mean, this is an opportunity really to build some momentum against a team that you're not too far away from. I'm sure a lot of the kids know each other too. They know, the families. Everyone knows each other. That's why everyone's here tonight from both Conneaut and Edgewood here too in Ashtabula.
Yeah, this is a true, Kyle. This is a true small town feel. With football, and they do it different up here in Lake County, or in Ashtabula County, excuse me. They do it differently, but it feels good to be here. Nowhere to sit, and I think we're ready to go.
And it's going to be the Spartans kicking the ball off to the home Warriors. So Edgewood will receive the kickoff to start the ball game here on CVC TV. We're just moments away from kickoff. The second part of your doubleheader this week on ChagrinValleyConference.com. And we're so happy you're joining us tonight. Going to be a busy weekend in Northeast Ohio. A lot going on, including tomorrow.
And I'll tell you this, I think we got some viewers, some extra viewers, because they couldn't get a seat here.
Finding their way, a squib kick down, and it's going to be fielded at around the 20. And he's brought down just past the 30-yard line. A return there for Edgewood. And that was number 13 on the return, Riley Baldwin. And that is where Edgewood will begin their first possession on offense, double-A.
And one of the things that Edgewood's going to look after here, up front, they're going to try to attack immediately. And one thing you notice immediately just watching the field and on your screen, the lines for both teams, they're pretty big. There's some meat up front.
Yeah, definitely some size for both of these schools. Now we're going to get our first chance to see J.J. Dufour in at quarterback for the Warriors. And Pope can hang out in the backfield with him. Dufour going to roll to the left, trying to find a lane, working his way through, hits the edge, cuts back through, and he's met. Great tackle in the open field by Ryan Turner, the junior linebacker who stopped him, and it'll be a gain of about 3.
Turner did a good job there identifying, and that's going to be key here. This Edgewood, this Warriors team, they're going to test that perimeter throughout the game. He was working on that during warm-ups today. They're going to test that out, so it's going to be very important. You're the outside linebacker. You're the defensive end. The corners, you got to have that containment on lock. 2nd
and 7 coming up for the Warriors. Opening drive of the ball game. Quick little dump-off pass. It is caught. Schwartzfigger turns upfield and gets out of bounds at the 45-yard line. What a catch by Ben Schwartzfigger. He's on the homecoming court, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, he did a great job there. Great find there by the quarterback, too. Against this 3-4 defense, so as the linebackers, you got to really zero in on the speed, and it's very tough. It looks easy on television, but it's very tough to get a perfect angle and to make the open field tackle.
Double digits gain and a first down for the Warriors. They move closer to midfield here on this opening drive. Before again in that shotgun. He'll turn and actually hand off on the left side. Huge tackle, pulled down, just manhandling the offensive player. Dylan Phillip just pulled him down, the senior. What a tackle. Got back to the line of scrimmage, but it took a lot of fight to get there.
Dylan Phillip.
They're actually going to mark him back a few yards. The way watch the replay on this. Again, it was
Phillip, just watch. And it was a clean hit. He kept it clean, not at the neck area, but he's like, you're not letting go. I'm not letting go of you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jamin Pope had nowhere to go on that one, so it's going to be 2nd and long on the way. Dufour rolling out to his right, looking, thinking about throwing. He's going to keep it. Turns up the right sideline, going to stutter step and get met by a host of Conneaut defenders on the play.
Defense did a phenomenal job, Kyle, in the secondary, eliminating the options. And quarterback did a good thing there, just take off. But they had a couple of options there on the outside. Even a flat was taken away. So great job there defensively.
And before I try to hit that corner, and met by a host of tacklers, including Wyatt Distel, a sophomore. We mentioned again the sophomore and junior classes for both of these teams. Both coaches, Coach Dobrin, obviously, and Coach Cooper excited about the future for both these teams as they continue to work through this season.
Including DeFleur, who's a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a young quarterback. Got a bit of an arm, too. Going to take a shot on the right sideline. He's got a receiver streaking down and just overthrew his intended target. Was looking down the right sideline. That's Josiah Pope. The Pope brothers out there, and just a little bit too far. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Man, there was some juice. There was some juice on that throw.
Now we know both of the Pope brothers have some speed and just a little bit too much arm on that throw. So 4th down coming up, and we'll see what the the plan is near midfield.
Well, it was a good play fake, too. It kind of opened things up there for Pope, but, you know, sometimes you get so excited, you know, put that little touch there. Something that the floor is going to learn as he progresses.
And DeFore in that shotgun. Looks like they're going to try and go for this. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Looking left side. DeFore going to throw it. Over the throw. There's a flag that came in late. Over the shoulder. Almost brought it incomplete. We'll see what the flag is. Was going down the sideline looking for Riley Baldwin, but we'll see what the official call is, and that's usually in the area of holding AA.
And if that's the case, they'll probably decline, obviously, and be a turnover on downs.
They will, so it's going to be a stop for the Spartans. And the Conneaut Spartans will take over possession on offense, and we'll get our first chance to see quarterback Colby Stiltner and how we can handle this adversity AA again, the junior quarterback. A tough season also, some injuries, some different things not going the Spartans' way this year, but trying to really get some momentum on the offensive side of the football. So defense set them up pretty well.
Yeah, it did a great job, and we cannot stress enough how important it is to start your drive on the opponent's side of the field, like Conneaut's going to do here.
It's a huge benefit now. Driven by Isaiah Bowles in the backfield. First down and 10 for the Spartans. Quick pass. It is caught, brought down at the 40-yard line. Little throw and catch to Brady Vera, who made the play.
It's not hard to miss Vera. You know, watching warm-ups, you know, he is great. Obviously, the size is apparent, number 3. The size is there, you know, but watch him execute slant routes. Watch him execute, you know, he is quick on foot. And we mentioned before, our second game this year on grass field, you got to have those cleats locked in.
Of course, it's back-to-back. It might be just a Far East Lake and Ashtabula County thing for this grass field.
Kirtland tried to hold out for a long time with the grass field.
They really did. Handoff on the left side and just nowhere to go. A solid tackle there as Bowles could not find space. Also winning the tackle there, 56, Chris Skewer. So that's going to bring up third down.
I'm going to have to disagree with you for once because there was somewhere for him to go, but it was just too much speed defensively. Just attacked it, went right in there. Did a phenomenal job, Brad did, just getting right in there, identifying the guard, and zooming in and making a play. The path was there for a big gain, just was close.
Well, third and medium AA here. Early test for the Spartans offense. Handoff inside, working his way through and still on his feet, pushing down past the 25-yard line. Huge run right there for Isaiah Bowles, and he'll move the chains.
He did a great job driving through, and that second effort, the yards after contact, he did a great job striding, getting the first down.
Give him 16 yards, and the Spartans now getting closer to the red zone. 8 minutes to go in this first quarter. Edgewood started with possession, and the offense went for it on fourth down, just could not complete a pass, and there was also holding, so it was declined. That set up Conneaut in great field position, and now they are driving.
And most of those players are on defense. They were playing offense, so see what happens.
And pass to the left side, and it's incomplete. Just behind the intended receiver out there, was looking, I believe, for Evan Vendetti. Second down.
And you mentioned with these grass fields, kind of the same deal. I think on that side of the field, not much space between the sideline and the gravel track that's out here. Felt pretty good seeing it on this kind of a track.
A little more flat surface, though, than last night at Madison.
Very true, very true.
So I told you last night, if you're going towards the sideline, you're getting some speed at Madison for sure. It's going to be a little screen play. It's caught. Lost some balance, but made the play forward for a gain of a few. That time was Brady Vera, so it's going to bring up third down.
And again, he did a great job. Great throw, too, you know, up there, because I thought it was going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage, but great throw, great air. An opportunity here now for both of these teams. It's going to be the turning point here early in this football game.
Yeah, Stelner tried to lead Vera into that screen play, and you talked about it. It's a little nerve-wracking when you're kind of throwing right near the defense because they were playing up. Nevertheless, though, it's going to bring up a third down and about 7, 22-yard line. For the Spartans, Steltner again in that shotgun. He's going to throw. It's going to be a dump-off pass. It's caught, working his way through past the 15, down to the 13-yard line, and was it enough? As Ryan Turner made the play, it's right near the line of gain, and I believe AA, that should be where the position is correct, the first down, but we'll see. Maybe there was a flag that came in late. Could be possibly a late hit.
It's going to be against the defense.
And that's going to be on Edgewood. So that ball is going to get moved. after the play, so it will be a first down.
By the way, in case anybody is asking right now, what is that light-up truck, back there in that last shot? That's the ice cream truck that was back there. So anytime they're on that end of the field, you'll see when they go, yeah, there it is. That red, green, blue, that's the ice cream truck.
Targeting penalty against the Warriors.
All right, first down and goal. After the penalty, the ball moved down to the 7-yard line. Handoff right side looking. Moles trying to work his way through and brought down at the 3-yard line. Huge tackle right there. That was Ben Schwartzfigger who got in and lit him up.
And again, that play fake and the defenders trying to lock in, try to identify. But that's where you have to communicate. You play your assignments. Otherwise, you're going to give up those big yards.
Yeah, Isaiah Bowles, one of those sophomores we were talking about, double A, but he's got some size back there too. Trying to tackle him, not an easy feat. So second and goal. This is going to be a keeper for Stiltner. He works left side and he's in. Touchdown, Conneaut. Bit of an option play. Ran with Bowles multiple times. This time he keeps it himself and gets in for 6.
And you got to tell there was a little bit of miscommunication defensively because no one is there available to make the play defensively, able to just walk in for the score. Only had to go, Kyle, 48 yards to get the score, and Conneaut on the board.
So pending the extra point right now, a great start for the Spartans, able to take that short field and turn it into 6 points. Snap, good hold down, kick on the way. It's high, it's arcing, that's going to be good. And there's a flag that came in late.
I wonder if the Warriors jumped early.
Offside penalty against the Warriors.
And there was offsides in the Warriors, so I imagine that penalty will be declined, and that should be.
I wonder if
they go for it.
I wonder if the play was blown dead. I think it was before.
Not an offsides. Interesting.
It's always officials' discretion, as always.
So I think they may now possibly go for this double A. It looks like maybe Stiltner's going to line up, and yeah, it's a little bit closer. It's a 1-yard play, so they're going to try and go and get it. And there was nowhere to go. Bowles got stopped at the line of scrimmage. Another flag came in as they went for 2 after getting that extra yard.
Flag on the play.
So if it's against the Spartans, well, let's see what happens.
That's going to be face mask on the defense, yeah.
Man.
So replay it again, and now it gets even closer. So from the 2 to the 1 to the half-yard line.
I was going to joke, if it was against the Spartans, you send the kicker back out and go for the extra point.
I think at that point you probably do.
Yeah. But with the Warriors, though, getting the face mask.
You get even closer now to the goal line. And there will be another 2-point attempt coming. Is a nice little option. They found some work there with Bowles, obviously, and then Stiltner double A being able to kind of read that defense and just pull that ball back in. Let's see if they try it again. Nope, just Stiltner right away. There's the pitch to the outside, and Bowles gets in for 2.
Wow, that's a nice play call. That's a nice play call. I love that.
Little option play makes the score 8-0. Conneaut on top of Edgewood right here on CVC TV. And the presenting sponsor, of course, for CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com.
So you're talking about a Spartans team that's trying to build some confidence here early. They had the opening win against Grand Valley. It came right down to the wire. And, before you know it, you just, you go through your games like, oh, it's a few game losing streak. And before you know it, it's week 8. And it's been that kind of a season for the Spartans.
And that's one thing that Coach Cooper over on the Edgewood side mentioned about Coach Dober and company. We know that school and that team's going to be well coached. They're going to be able to kind of offset the negative things that have happened and play every week like they're 0-0. And you're expecting that kind of attitude and that mindset. And if you give a team like that short fields, we've seen that now multiple weeks in a row here, Double A. Usually these teams are capitalizing on it.
Yeah, and I say the percentage of capitalizing on it, I would say 70%, 80%. When you get short field, they're getting some kind of points.
Yeah, definitely getting that chance. You never want to try and give a team that's looking for some momentum that opportunity. It's going to be a low onside kick.
Oh, my.
It's still live, and it looks like Edgewood may have got there. And they will. That's a great recovery right there. That was number 16 who fell on that, Devin Sanchez, who made the play, and that will keep the ball with the Warriors. And tell you what, Double A, good field position, ball at their own 40-yard line.
If you have not learned anything from watching CVC TV all season long, every kickoff is must watch. I'm not kidding. Every kickoff, you never know what kind of kick, whether intentionally or not, is going to be delivered.
So another chance now for J.J. Dufour and company to try and respond after Conneaut went down 48 yards and scored on their first offensive possession. Schwartzfigger in motion. He's going to take that end-around handoff, working his way through, trying to get some head of steam, and he'll get maybe 4 to 5 yards.
But the one thing you identify immediately with the Warriors, the speed is incredible. But what's happening here, Conneaut is able to match, the speed that you're seeing from the offense.
And both teams definitely have some weapons that are able to make plays out in the open field. Can they get there at that point? And can the defense respond too? You mentioned Double A, a lot of guys playing both ways, or both sides at this point. So you're seeing it all on both ends of the football.
Well, we have had coaches mention to us in the past, like, hey, we want to get adjustments in, but the players got to go back out on the other side of the field, so you never can get that adjustment in.
Pope in that backfield going to be a keeper for Dufour. He's going to move upfield and get a first down. Huge run for Dufour over midfield down to the 47-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Warriors.
And Dufour did a great job identifying, again, the defenses. Both defenses are essentially over-pursuing. They're being aggressive defensively. They're excited. But because of that, both quarterbacks are taking full advantage of the second and third option and getting big yardage.
And both quarterbacks have the ability to move and run to draw defenders' attentions. It's like one of the receivers there, Baldwin, had to check out due to an issue possibly with some equipment. So,
and these officials, they might have let it go early in the season. This late, they're tightening up.
Yeah.
On any equipment issues, you got to get out of the game for a play.
We've seen that plenty of times now as Sanchez will check into the game at the bottom of your screen. Looking on the right side, it's going to be a throw off on a screen play. It was bobbled and caught and out of bounds was the receiver on the far sideline. There was a good catch out there again by Nate Stewart, who actually had played some quarterback for this squad. But again, talking to Coach Cooper, he mentioned Dane was able to kind of adjust his role a little bit and take over more of that receiver position, and still has the ability to come in there and throw every now and again. But you like what Dufour gives you when it comes to a multitude of options.
And how many times have we seen already, like, hey, we got to plug a player in here, like, oh, this works, and then plugged another player in another position.
Take another screen pass, looking over the middle, got a receiver through and could not get it to Pope, just over the outstretched hands right there of Desire Pope down the seam. And Dufour just a little bit too much again on that throw, going to bring up third down.
I almost wish, though, Pope would have probably kind of zeroed in just a little bit more, because the ball was coming in. But
well, nowadays we're seeing everyone make one-handed catches. He thought maybe he could just pull that down, get some sticking for the
yeah, who knows? I mean, who knows? It felt like that connection was going to be there.
Nevertheless, a couple things that have been open. Just got to fine-tune it a little bit. Third and long on the way. 5 wide set. Looking right side. Little sidearm throw. It's caught. And there's room to run on the right side. Breaking through. A huge play. Down the sideline. Sanchez in. Touchdown. Tackled late. The flag comes in, and that's going to be against Conneaut. But Sanchez, who came in as a sub 2 plays ago, stayed out there and made a huge play on the sideline for 6.
Watch this throw. Watch this slingshot of a throw. The sidearm, mastered by Patrick Mahomes. Able to just get that right down the sidelines. Great throw and catch. Of course, a little bit of the extracurriculars at the end there. But what a score. And it's an 8-6 football game. Remember, you had the penalty, the offsides penalty with Edgewood when Conneaut was going to go for the extra point. See here if Edgewood tries to match and go for 2.
What a unbelievable play. Just the throw angle, everything through at Double A. And Edgewood responds with a huge touchdown. That was 46 yards off a bubble screen on the far sideline. And great job by Sanchez to turn on the Jets and get down there.
And, yeah, that's going to be a forced on the
kickoff. Yeah. So now we're going to see what Edgewood decides to do here. You have 4 receivers at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, we have seen unique formations.
They feel they need to try and tie this ball game, so DeFore is going to look. It's going to be a screen on the left side. It's caught by Schwartzfigger. He turns inside, still on his feet. He got close. And it looks like he may have been down at the 1.
I almost wish he would have just went straight ahead there. It was the little hesitation. Gave the defense just enough time to make the stop and prevent the 2-point conversion.
And that stop keeps our score at 8-6 here on CVC TV. Conneaut holds on to a 2-point lead. Well, if you got a tree emergency or need expert tree care, call Taz Tree Service. Their number, 440-567-0962. With over 25 years of experience, they specialize in tree removal, trimming, stump grinding, and more. Their fully insured team offers swift responses and affordable pricing, ensuring peace of mind and top-notch service. Visit ChagrinFallsTreeRemovalServices.com to book your appointment today. That's Taz Tree Service, dependable, professional, and ready to meet all your tree care needs.
Short field for both of these teams here, and you kind of see the advantage. But that throw by the floor, I just can't believe it.
It was in stride, so you think, hey, if you change the angle and the trajectory of your throw, you're almost assuming that it's going to come out a little bit different. Maybe it's going to be a little behind the receiver. Right in stride with Sanchez. He turned that ball right upfield double way, and the Jets were on. Again, we're not timing 40s, but that was pretty impressive.
You know what that tells me, too, though? That tells me the dedication that this young man has utilized as far as mastering the mechanics of throwing the football. And it's all those extra reps you get after practice, working with your receivers, working on those trick plays. And that was phenomenal as far as timing. And you got a 2-point game.
And we've seen a plethora of interesting kickoffs over the past couple weeks.
I'm telling you, they're must watch. You got it.
Aiden Gerks is going to kick it off double A, and we'll see where he decides to do it, if he decides to boot it all the way down. Remember, the ball's at the 45-yard line of Conneaut, so he can kick this one essentially through the back of the end zone, and he will. So that means the Spartans will start at their own 20-yard line.
That was the least interesting kickoff. I'm kidding. It was the right call. It was the right move, though. The right thing to do. Just drill it. Did a great job. And this time we talked about the field position, make Conneaut work, go down the field instead of short field that we have seen a ton throughout the CVC.
Yeah, still a 2-point lead for the Spartans. They take over possession on their own 20-yard line. 4 minutes and change to go in this first quarter. And after the Spartans got a stop on defense, Edgewood was able to make a big response on their next possession. And we're about maybe a half-yard short double A of tying this ball game, but nevertheless, this is where we stand with the Spartans up 2.
Going to see how they handle this 3-5-3 defense.
They're handed up the middle, and he got nowhere to go. What a huge tackle. Bowles got stuffed the line. Take your pick on the tackle. A host of tacklers in there again, including Alex Mulaski, one of the seniors on this Edgewood team.
Flag on the play.
And flag came in late, too.
Yeah, we'll see. I think the extracurriculars, the official's going to try to nail that down. It's going to be against the defense.
Edgewood penalty on sportsmanlike.
You can be excited and hyped up for it, but at the same point, you got to make sure you stay under control. And you talk about, again, some of the mistakes, the mental stuff that the coaches told us before the game double A. It's kind of contributed to being 1-6 on both sides. Now, you can't have those kind of penalties.
Well, it's just tough, too, because, again, you circle this game, rivalry game, you circle it like, hey, you can get this W. It's highly emotional. And you got to also adjust to the officials, too.
So that ball getting moved to the 35-yard line. Again, great tackle in the backfield right there. Huge for Edgewood. I'll tell you what, number 2 guy back there, that was Denver Kessler, one of the tacklers. Also number 56 again, Chris Skura, who got back there and made the play. Huge tackle in the backfield. And, man, Bulls had nowhere to go.
And they've been getting back there a few times already. So as long as they stay out of their own way and just handle business defensively, they're doing good work.
Well, the defense gets 5 yards back now, so it's going to be 2nd and 15.
Keep an eye, of course, Brady for number 3. Keep an eye, kind of see if they're going to try to get a chunk play here in this, 2nd and long.
Yeah, they're at the bottom of your screen, I believe. Is you're going to look his direction first, try and dump off. It's going to be a screen play out there. I believe that, again, is going to go for maybe 2 yards. So a bailout there, but not much space as Bowles try to make something out of nothing, and he's got a few yards back.
Few yards back. Defense did a great job swarming over to that side. Again, the quickness with this defense. did a great job.
And now it's going to be 3rd and long. I'll tell you what, Edgewood, after Conneaut marched down the field in that short field AA, they've really decided to turn the Jets on offense and on defense as well, putting the ears back and getting some big tackles. We approach 2 minutes to go in this first quarter.
And we had a substitution because of, again, equipment.
AA's doing math here inside the booth. Throw over the middle, it's caught. And near a first down, spinning through and got it, still on his feet, eventually brought down past the 15-yard line. What a catch over the middle by Thaddeus Huya, and he moves the chains.
Great route by him. And Huya, just watch here, I think it was a little miscommunication defensively there. You had the late substitution to change and just getting that ball out. If you're getting pressure and Edgewood is bringing pressure, you get that ball out quick if you're Conneaut. They did a great job at another long 3rd down conversion. Spartans on the move again.
Thaddeus Huya with a huge catch, puts him back on Edgewood's side of the field. The Warriors now trying to get themselves together. Handoff Bowles, middle. He's going to spin through, still on his feet, trucking down to the 35-yard line, about a yard short of that first down.
If you don't fully wrap, you're going to give up extra yards. So that's just what's happening there. You're trying to get that big boom, but Bowles is getting through. We're seeing other players getting right through, and this Spartans offense getting extra yards on the move, and they're going to get subs in too.
Definitely some rotational pieces on that offensive side. A lot of different weapons that can get you. The Bulls, sometimes you just put the head down and get those yards, and did just that as we approach a minute to go in this first quarter.
It's like a pinball machine. You just bounce it off guys.
Yeah, spinning through. I thought I was doing laundry. Spin side.
Don't remind me.
No, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Still never keeping up the middle. He's going to get the first down and eventually brought down just north of the 25-yard line. 26 is where they'll mark him down, so that's a gain of 9 and another Conneaut first down.
And the offensive line put in work, opening up the gaps for the Spartan offense. That go around did a great job. Again, multiple options, which you have to respect if you're the defense. But it's just a lot of speed and unexpected power coming into the direction of this defense.
And again, it seems like the Spartans looked like they had their backs against the wall there on the offensive end. It was a 3rd and long and a big pass play. Now back-to-back solid runs as the Spartans deep in Edgewood territory. Stoner looking, left side, throw over the head of his intended receiver. That is incomplete. He was looking out there for Brady Vera. 2nd down upcoming.
Vera was, I would say was there, but had a couple of defenders in the area.
2nd down.
There for the Warriors. You're looking for, if you're Edgewood, just maybe 2 straight positive plays on your side. Conneaut's been attacking on the ground. Is what you expect from this program, expect from this team, and it's something that the Warriors have had to prep for, obviously.
2nd and long, about just under 17 seconds to go in this first quarter. Some Bowles in motion, going to hand off on the inside, and again, great job by the Edgewood defense, as there was nowhere to go right there for Carrick Dobrin. And that should end the first frame, I believe, with the score 8-6. Conneaut on top and driving down the field here on homecoming nights at Edgewood Middle School, right down the road from Edgewood High School, of course. Beautiful Corlew Stadium. If you're dealing with a sewer or a drain emergency, don't wait. Call Sewer Cleaning Company at 440-290-6055 for 24/7 service. They've got over 500 5-star reviews and provide expert sewer and drain cleaning, camera inspection, storm drain repair, and more. You can trust their honest and transparent services to get your home back in order. Visit sewercleaningcompany.com for more details and schedule your appointment today. That's sewercleaningcompany.com, your local sewer and drain experts. First team customers receive a free video drain inspection. Hot start AA for the Conneaut offense, despite obviously facing a 3rd and long on this current drive. They've been able to find some answers to the Warriors defense and move down the field fairly quickly. And really right now, Conneaut, all the momentum on that offensive end. We thought maybe Edgewood was pulling some of it back, went to that touchdown on a huge 46-yard bubble screen touchdown throw and catch.
And had a penalty too, and they took advantage with the kickoff. But starting at their 20, Conneaut, the 3rd and long was a 3rd and 12. And it was after a second and 16. Gets it to a 3rd and 12. You think it, okay, you make the stop, you get the football back, and big passing plays to get the first down and then running it on the ground.
And now again, the Spartans with fantastic field position, but face a long third down conversion attempt. Looking right side, Miller going to take a shot down the seam, throwing over the shoulder, and it's intercepted! Intercepted in the end zone by Edgewood. What a play out there by Riley Baldwin. Makes the play, and that's huge for the Warriors.
It was just a misread there. I mean, you're trying to figure out what's going on there. The play clock might have been going down too. And the pump fake just was not effective, didn't step into the throw. It almost looked like, for a hot second, that the Warriors was on offense and Conneaut was on defense there. That was a tough play.
That was a tough over-the-shoulder interception. It's almost like he plays wide receiver too, Double A.
How about that?
So the Warriors now, we talked about momentum, kind of staying with Conneaut despite Edgewood scoring last time. The Spartans drove down the field, but the Warriors force a big turnover. Now they have it back on offense. The four hands off, right side, trying to find space, working to the sideline. Lowers the shoulder, he gets it out of bounds near the 30. Solid run out there for Nate Stewart.
And I like what Edgewood is doing here. Just go back and attack, utilize your speed, and go from there. By the way, if you ever get a coach that tells you you're only playing defensive back because you can't catch, don't listen to them, okay? you can catch, okay? That ball comes your way. You can deliver and make the catch, okay? Don't listen to those negative influences, okay?
Double A telling you not to listen to your coaches on your CVC broadcast. That's always fun. Second and short. DeFore going to keep it, work to his left side, trying to get the edge. He's going to get chased down and brought down for a huge tackle. What a job on the outside, number 22 for Conneaut. There's a flag on the play. It was a great chase down there by Devlin Knapp, but let's see what the call is.
And it's been those penalties, and another one against Edgewood.
Yeah, they forced a turnover, of course. Great job on the defensive end, but the offense is going to get moved back here for a little bit. And to be honest, it was a negative play to Double A before that, as, again, DeFore just could not find the outside. Great track down by Knapp, and nevertheless, they're going to move backwards and have to line it up again.
Yeah, another, again, shooting yourself in the foot. You don't want to do that. But, again, great to be here at Ashtabula, Edgewood. And Conneaut, what, 10 miles from here?
Not too far. Not too far down the road. The sharpest point in Ohio is what they call Conneaut.
Yeah. Another 20 miles. You'll be at the Erie, PA casino.
Little pitch on the screen again, just nowhere to go. And I tell you what, just Schwartzfigger was locked up immediately. Tried to maybe get some of those yards back, but instead he's going to move backwards again. That's for about negative 3 or 4 yards. Going to bring up a third and long.
Yeah, I thought, again, the defenders there did a great job there. Anderson or Phillip was over there, too, and did a great job there. And Conneaut, low-key, they have the speed on defense, too.
You're out of pocket today, Double A, with what you're bringing to the table.
Very much.
Third and long coming up for the Warriors. Looking down the slot, and it's going to be, dropped, almost intercepted. It would have been right back in the hands of Thaddeus Huya. Remember, he made the huge catch that moved the Spartans down the field before we got into the second quarter. This time just couldn't bring that in. And I'll tell you what, the Warriors breathing a sigh of relief right there, because that could have very well been a turnover.
Huya was about to turn up. And there at the interception, I had to do one more time there.
Can't talk about vegetables on the air. Come on.
Be careful here if you're Edgewood, of course, with the punting. Not much room to breathe here.
That one going to go straight up, and that's going to be a rough punt. Out of bounds, and it actually bounces into the stands. How about that? It just looked like Stewart didn't get much of that one. That's going to set up Conneaut with fantastic field position at the Edgewood 23-yard line.
And he feels pretty bad about it, of course. His teammates doing a great job consoling him, just making sure that, hey, it's okay, get back into it. Because, again, you're playing multiple roles. You got to stay out on the field. You can't talk to your coaches. You got to stay on the field and be active on defense.
So they're going to give that punt. They moved him back 2 more yards, that boy. So that'll be an 11-yard punt.
And you just know it when it leaves your foot, it doesn't feel right.
Option play to the outside. Bowles trying to work his way through, and he's going to get spun down and tackled. And that flag comes in late. The sportsmanship at the end as Stewart made the play in the backfield. But did he grab the horse collar or possibly the face mask at some point? The referees are all going to convene on this one, but it looked clean until we.
I thought it was very much clean. I'm like, you got to make a play somehow. I mean, I don't know.
Swept in. Stewart came in and made a great read.
Again, the officials are talking about it. See if the call stands, and they're going to pick up the flag.
Yeah, they're going to pick up that flag. It was a big hit, and there was definitely some pulling, but it was on the jersey. You're allowed to do that.
Remember, too, with the officials, the way a hit looks from your angle could be different from how another official sees it, too. So that's a great conversation. Great no call.
Yeah, Stewart got back there and made a huge play. So, again, both defenses now trying to step up. Second and long, handoff on the inside, breaking through, still on his feet, spinning through, and the official had to get out of the way. What a run right there for Isaiah Bowles, who just put his head down and bowled over the defense.
If Bowles already is not in double digits in broken tackles, he's very close. I mean, and again, just another play where he should have only gained a couple of yards. A few broken tackles later, a big first down run.
Just kept spinning through all the tackles, Double A. You see some guys bounce off of tacklers, some guys just truck through. Bowles likes to spin. He just keeps rolling off. That's a huge first down. So they can get a first down here without having to score. As still they're going to keep that football and get inside the 10 down to about the 9.
Yeah, still, like, his decision-making has been really good throughout. And it's going to be up to this defense to figure it out. Get that extra attack and go from there.
Now, both defenses have been able to figure some things out, Double A. Talk about, obviously, the interception is still on the last possession when Conneaut had the football. And then, of course, Conneaut responds with a great force of a punt. A short point sets up great field position again for the Spartans and knocking on the door to try and extend this lead. Stelner in that shotgun, going to hand off inside for Bowles. He tries to spin upfield. He's going to, again, just spinning through and eventually going to get brought down at about the 5, maybe the 4.
I'm about to just say Bowles is the king of the circle button. I'm just like, my goodness, every time, spin move in there. Defense did a little bit of a better job, though, collapsing in, and they have an opportunity here on the third down after Conneaut, that short field after that short punt. Be a great stop if they can prevent a touchdown.
So they can still get a first down at about the 1 yard line. They don't have to score on this play, but I imagine it's 4 down territory for the Spartans regardless. Maybe a little pass to the outside, and it's in for a touchdown. What a fake, and Ryan Turner catches the ball and gets in for 6 on a little pump pass, and there you go, Conneaut back on the board.
And a great play call again, great read, and Turner is essentially on loan. It's a foot race to get to the end zone from the flat. And Ryan Turner getting the touchdown. And the Spartans taking full advantage of, again, short field. Both of their possessions where they have scored, they did not start their drive on their side of the field.
So the extra point, he attempted this time. It's up, it's low, and did it get sneak through? It did. Great job to thread the needle on that one from Thaddeus Suya. The score now goes to 15-6. Conneaut on top of Edgewood right here on CVC TV. Again, hey, remember the presenting sponsor for us here at CVC TV. It's the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Joe Weber. Their specialties include everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the website for the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. That's www.ohsurgery.com.
You talked about how well coached this Conneaut Spartans team is, and you're seeing it. The little things, the discipline, the yards after contact, everything. And the decision-making you're seeing from the quarterback. This Spartans team is doing a great job executing offensively, and they're not breaking down communication on defense neither. And that's something that the coaching staff for the Warriors, for Edgewood, they're working in their adjustments right now. Cannot have breakdown and coverage on defense, or else you're going to give up those big yards.
And tough with misdirection, too. We know that Stilner obviously can keep the ball. He can hand it off to Bowles in that situation. And Bowles has been able to really maximize his carries tonight. He's already got 9 for 43 yards unofficially. But then you have that little pop pass, too, with the different weapons that you saw on the Spartans field on the offensive end. And, I mean, it's just tough to guard. You talk about it. A few things just don't go your way during the season for both these teams, Double A, but there's a lot of talent out there.
Very much a lot of talent. But here's the key here. If you're down here, this cannot get away if you're Edgewood. Like right here, got to come away with some kind of points.
And there'll be another kind of short onside kick. It's going to be taken in. No, it's still loose, and I believe Conneaut has the football. It got through the hands of the Edgewood player, and what a recovery right there by Thaddeus Suya. He's been all over the field, and he gets another big play, and the Spartans get possession back.
Didn't I tell you, kickoffs are must-watch?
Wow.
And every time you think you've seen all the tricks, forget about it. And, you know, and getting an extra possession, I believe it was clear that it went 10 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And that might have been the discussion there.
Kicked off the 40, and it went past the 50. You see where the ball is marked, and it looked like it was going to be caught and just went straight down for Edgewood there. But again, just maybe a little bit of a lack of focus. The ball slips through, and then it's open season at that point.
You got to think, too, Kyle. If you're up in that front line, you're trying to catch the ball. You got guys screaming at you. So you got a multitude of things you're worrying about.
Definitely takes a lot of focus, and now, talk about focus, the Spartans trying to focus up and extend their lead even further. Stiltner going to look, and there was a flag that came in to call the play dead. Normally that means it's against the offense, and it will be a false start. So 5 yards backwards, and a penalty rears its head and pushes Conneaut back towards midfield.
And a Conneaut team that, if you judge a book by its cover, those first few seconds, they were going for a big play. And now you're probably adjusting to just running the football.
Yeah, Stiltner had 4 wide out and was going to set up in the pocket maybe to try and launch one there and take a shot.
And this is where, you know, it's so important, you know, to get off to that hot start because of the records. And as you mentioned, Kyle, because it gets in your head. You know, some of the mistakes there, it gets in your head.
Stiltner again in that shotgun. Going to look right side. It's an out pass. It is going to be caught. Great throw down at the 40-yard line. So getting 10 yards on the play to the outside is Vera, and that's a good play on first down and long.
And again, he has the size. He's a great route runner. Just he finds a way to get to an open space, and they did a great job. And the QB communication, you know, Stiltner, he knows where his receivers are every time.
It's a great throw and catch there as it makes it now 2nd and 5 back on the Warriors side of the field. Stiltner again going to hand off. No, going to keep it himself. Great fake by Stiltner. He works on the left side. He tries to cut through, and he's going to get brought down past the 35 down to the 34. The player shook up for the Warriors on the play as Stiltner got the first down. He needed 5, got about 7.
And low-key, his hips is just...
If you say low-key one more time, I'm taking your headset.
I'm sorry. No, no. But it's true. You don't realize until you like really watching his hips. The quickness is really, really good.
I can't believe you said low-key again. Good point, but I know what you're... Get an injury timeout and a chance to talk to you about R&T Fence. So you can transform your property with a fence from R&T Fence Company. Family owned for over 36 years. They've provided top-notch fence installation services across Northeast Ohio. Specializing in residential, commercial, and industrial fencing, they offer a wide range of options, including aluminum, vinyl, wood, and chain link. You can call the number 330-626-5170 for a free estimate or visit rtfence.com. Whether you need a new fence or a custom gate, trust the experts at R&T Fence Company to deliver quality and professionalism. That's rtfence.com, your fencing solution. And the injured Edgewood player able to walk up the field double way.
Yeah, Devin Sanchez
scored the touchdown early in the game, for the only touchdown for the Warriors on the offensive end as Conneaut takes back over. 1st and 10, Stiltner looking to pass. Going to throw to the outside of the screen play. It's caught. Breaking through on the right side again, and just not where to go for Turner, but he's able to scooch forward and get through the line and get about 7.
Yeah, finding the open guy there on the outside. And that was the call play because there was a receiver lined up like way downfield, but look, he went with the call play and it worked. Got some decent yards, so you continue on to wear down this defense.
You're going to move the ball back about a half yard, maybe a yard there. So it'll be a gain of about 5 to 6. Sets up 2nd and manageable for this offense for the Spartans, which have looked fantastic so far in the game, Double A. Besides that interception on that deep shot, they've been able to really hone it in and get some points on the board and playing well.
And that play is just, you look at it as an outlier, honestly.
Yeah, just a little bit of an overshot as there's a little pitch pass out. Huge hit there by Edgewood. They read that perfectly, and Turner still on his feet somehow, but eventually gets brought down.
And I thought the officials were going to blow the whistle a little bit quicker. That's why it's so important to tuck in that football, because Edgewood was going a little bit for the strip. But great read there on the outside. Like, Conneaut's going after these flat routes. And so now the adjustment there, you get one of your linebackers to stay with the flat. That's the assignment anyway as an outside linebacker. You always defend the flat, and did a great job there. I think they lost some yards there on that play.
They lost about 3 yards on a little pitch pass. And the player is going to walk up the field, going to be a timeout taken. Again, down on the sideline. I believe that should be for Conneaut, and that should be their first of the half. 5:34 to go in this first half. The Spartans here on the road lead 15-6 over Edgewood on CVC TV. They'll stay comfortable year-round with air quality control, heating, and cooling. Serving Northeast Ohio for over 35 years, they specialize in residential HVAC installation, repair, and maintenance. From air conditioning to heating, they handle everything. Need emergency service? Well, you can call them 24/7. The phone number, 216-531-5202, and ask for Joe. Or you can visit airqualitycontrolhvac.com for more information and to schedule your appointment. Trust the experts at Air Quality Control for reliable, top-quality HVAC solutions. That's airqualitycontrolhvac.com. Your comfort is their priority. Now some decision time, AA, third and manageable, but a little long. Third, about 7-8 yards coming up for the Spartans. Really trying to capitalize on what the defense has done. And now the special teams, too, recovering that kick, essentially, which was an onside kick. Getting good field position. They've been able to really capitalize on that so far in the first half. Trying to do it again.
Stealing a possession, and that's pretty much what happened. They stole 2 possessions because of the short punt previously.
Yeah.
I would imagine where they're at on the field, this is probably 4-down territory here. So, this defense got to make the stop twice.
And plus, you still have a 2-score lead technically. It's a 9-point difference right now because of the 2-point conversion and the extra points. Stiltner back to pass. Looking, got to take a shot over the middle. It's low, and it's incomplete. It was a crossing route. And that was underthrown, and that almost was a good thing, AA, because I'll tell you what, Ben Schwartzfigger was right in the impact zone there. If that ball was thrown as hard as it could have been, that would have been a pick and then possibly a return for a touchdown.
Yeah, he was going the distance. He was going the distance there. And, you're noticing here, the balls are going out. You're assuming you know where the receiver's going to be. And most times it's been true, but when it's not, that's when the interceptions have happened. Second time, that's almost had the interception.
Yeah, beautiful night tonight as the breeze, though, is starting to pick up a little bit, and it's going against Conneaut right now. So you're trying to throw into that wind on the field. We know sometimes it can be a little more breezy down there. Still, they're going to hand off. Left side, they're going to go for it. Obviously, 4th down, and a great job by Edgewood's defense. Nowhere to go right there for Bowles, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Warriors still alive, AA, with 5.5 to go in this first half.
From our angle, there was a big pocket on the other side of the field. The Warriors stacked up on the side that Bowles went to, but it's hard to see it. But if you would have saw it, it's going for distance. But a great stop for the Warriors, and being down by 9, they needed some kind of positive momentum. It's been a while. But they finally get it, and they're back on offense for the first time, seemingly in a long time.
It's been a little bit now. Because you mentioned, obviously, with the kick return that didn't happen, it was an onside kick that Conneaut recovered. So Edgewood hasn't been on the field for almost the entire second quarter here. Handoff inside, Pope trying to spin through. He is met. Great stop right there by Conneaut. Now it's been number 62, Jaden Anderson, the senior, who just put his head down. And Pope, obviously, we know he can get a full head of steam and get some big yardage there, but that time he's going to have to settle for about 3.
And settle is being generous because this defensive line, they're the real deal. I like what I see from this line.
J.J. Dufour back in that shotgun. He's got Pope on his right hip. 2 receivers spread to the bottom of your screen. Looking, throwing to 4, going to take a shot. There's a receiver down there, and I'll tell you what, could not make the play. Great defense at the bottom of your screen. Right there, that was Thaddeus Suya, who again knocked that ball down. We're going for Josiah Pope on the near sideline, going to force a 3rd down.
From where I looked, it almost seemed like Pope had to play defense there. That was in position for perhaps an interception. Pope did a great job stepping in, just couldn't come down with the catch, but that could have been a disastrous result, too, for Edgewood.
So 3rd and 7 on the way right now. for the Warriors, trying to get some momentum back. Trips to the top of your screen. DeFore going to roll out to the left. Now he's going to go back to his right. Looking. He's tucking, and he's going to run. DeFore turns upfield, gets past the 40-yard line. And that should be, I believe, a first down double. He got it by about a yard.
Yeah, great decision-making. Offensive line, full credit to them for setting this up, giving him the pocket. We've seen it a few times already with DeFore being able to go opposite side. Great job getting the first down. I will commend the Spartans on one thing. They could have got the late hit, but they held up there knowing where they was at on the field and not giving up extra bonus yards.
Part of that coaching double, obviously, making smart decisions. Going to be a player in motion that's going to be taken in. Trying to cut left side. Edgewood trying to make the play and spun down near midfield. And I believe that was, Adam Powell there who got the carry on the end around.
Did a great job. They're running the football. And I'll tell you what, again, and Javion Poe, he was the blocker that was out there that set it all up for this defense. You almost, this defense, they're collapsing inside between the tackles. It's almost smart if you're the Warriors, it's their bread and butter, to go side to side on the perimeter.
Sets up second and short. Now Edgewood finding a way to move the football. Forehanding up Pope on the inside. Flag comes in, and it is blown up by the Conneaut defensive line. 4 tacklers on the inside, including Ryan Turner. And when the flag comes in that early double, it usually means there's holding involved, and that might be going backwards.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Dylan Phillip there, too, just blowing things up. There, Phillip is in there. Jadon Anderson.
You could take your pick. It was the entire defensive line, essentially, for Conneaut that just read that play and got through. When you get beat on the offensive side, normally that's when you try to figure things out. Edgewood going to take a timeout double way and talk this over. We'll see what happens to the penalty. It looks like maybe there was a couple different penalties in there, but we'll obviously get official word after we talked to you a little bit about Greeny Sports Cards. They're live every Tuesday at 7 o'clock on their social media pages with exclusive hobby talk. And they also do interviews, too. Of course, you can tune in and interact with them during that show. You can search Greeny Sports Cards on all social media channels. That's Greeny, Greenie Sports Cards. Again, all across social media. Find the links on their website, greenysportscards.com, and make sure you tune in.
Of course, we had the opportunity to be a part of one of their shows earlier in the year. They do a great job.
It was fantastic. Great setup over in Independence, Ohio.
Again, CVC country. Again, 5 different counties.
Oh, we're all
this
across.
Conference spans. I think we're in Lake County next week.
And from Brooklyn to Conneaut, we got you covered. Don't you worry about it.
I think a couple years ago, Brooklyn, I think it was the Western School. Now it's Fairview.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's pretty close. Yeah, I think Fairview's got him beat as far as going further out that direction.
Fairview out west, Conneaut out east.
Well, maybe some offsetting penalties double A, because now we've got 3rd down and 5. Quick screen it out. It is, again, Schwartzbecker who turns upfield. Big hit, and he gets the first down. And he's going to come up
right
a little banged up.
Right in the gut there.
They went low, and that could be maybe hopefully just knock your breath out. Schwartzbecker got leveled near the 35-yard line on a huge screen play.
Yeah, and it was a great play call. But yeah, just in that position, you get hit. You can only have Pats in so many different spots. You get hit, it's tough, and the young man is back up standing already.
Yeah, I think just maybe got the wind knocked out. Huge play for the Warriors. That's going to be a first down. And you talk about Edgewood just trying to build that momentum on offense now, Double. You need those kind of plays.
You do, and did a great job. And we'll see what happens here going forward. Can the Warriors take advantage? You start to worry a little bit about the clock. You still got time. It's 3:38 to go. But clock is rolling here.
And glad to see that Ben Schwartzbecker was able to get up and get off the field under his own power. Looks like he'll be checking in again shortly. Is Pope going to get the handoff at the middle? He's got that sneaky speed. Look at him backpedaling near the first down. Gain of about 9.5 yards. Great run right there for, again, one of the Pope brothers. You hear both their names called periodically throughout the game. A solid run.
Yeah, he did a great job. A little development here, too. Mason Thor, number 64. His helmet came off during the play, one of the linemen for Edgewood, so he has to come out for a play. and he tried to dispute it.
And Javen Pope, of course, number 33, the running back. You'll see him get the ball. And then his brother Josiah, of course, lines up on the outside as a receiver. Second and short for the Warriors. Handoff middle. Pope gets the carry again, turns upfield, driving those legs down near the 20-yard line. And that should be a first down for the Warriors.
So you see what's happening now? All of a sudden, since the Warriors have been able to have success on the perimeter again, now all of a sudden, you don't have the defense collapsing in between the tackles like they have been during most of this game. So now there are opportunities up the gut, which is what the Warriors have wanted to set up all game long.
Javen Pope getting some momentum now on this drive. And up to Pope again. He's got a hole. Pope working down the middle, seam, slips through and gets a solid gain. Right around the first down marker, giving about 9.5 yards again.
And again, for both teams, you know what the records are. You're trying to build that confidence. The momentum bar is starting to swing a little bit. Can the Warriors finish this drive off?
Now they've got all the momentum now on the offensive end, the defense stepping up, making plays. And, of course, you never want to come out of the game if you're player on the Conneaut side. They'll have to check out and lost his helmet to play before.
Yeah, we're seeing a few guys on both teams losing their helmets. And, again, that's an automatic. Got to take the play off once that helmet comes off.
And DeFore in that shotgun. Driving down the field inside the red zone, deep in Conneaut territory. DeFore going to keep it, working right side, going to cut back through. No, he's going to stay up, and he had a lane, but decided to try and cut again. He'll get inside the 10, down to about the 9. Tell you what, DeFore had him on his heels, Double A. If he would have just stuck with that initial cut, but maybe tried to do a little bit too much and get to the outside, and that's where he got brought down.
And Vieira, I'll tell you, he forces you to kind of think twice about what you want to do there. He's a big guy, but he's able to set his feet. It's just, he's like, come here. He's basically saying to the defender, come here. Just looking to make the play.
Him up on the tackle. All right, so it's DeFore pass to the outside. It's caught. Not really much space at all. Great job by the Conneaut defense to swarm the receiver on the outside. And I think that was Tanner Klein who was on the right side.
There was a near pick, too, and the ball just got away. Well, it was Conneaut. It was a 32. We don't have a 32 on our roster, but he almost got the pick there. That's what he was going for.
They got a timeout here with 1:25 to go, and the Warriors driving down the field here on homecoming night right here on CVC TV. Well, have you ever had an unwanted guest in your home? I'm not talking about you, Double A. You're always welcome. But how about an unwanted wildlife guest? That's where Alpha Animal Removal is. It comes into play, and of course, it is Northeast Ohio's #1 service for animal control to even help with things like bats. Obviously, take care of that humanely and make sure they protect the animals. But just so you know, again, if you need your wildlife guest to be safely trapped and removed, visit alphaanimalremoval.com. They have got you covered.
Big opportunity here, of course, for both of these teams. If Conneaut can get this stop and keep this a 9-point game, but it's important for Warriors to get this going.
Second goal from the 9, throwing, looking in the end zone, and it is incomplete. Looking for the intended receiver, it was Klein again, and just could not find the avenue. It looked like the ball was a little bit behind 25 in red, and that's going to force third down.
Had to throw into traffic to the floor, and that was pretty close, but lived to play another down.
He's still figure 4-down territory, I'd imagine, with a minute 21 to go in this first half.
And again, every time we come to these games, we don't know the status of the kickers, obviously, and what their ranges are, too, so that plays into it. There is, like you mentioned a few minutes ago, a noticeable breeze.
Now this time, though, it's actually in favor of Edgewood. It looks like DeFore, it's a run play. He's trying to work back to left. He's got a receiver open on the far side. It's caught, and it's a touchdown! Pope gets it in. Javen Pope was probably the 5th option on that play, but he sits, he waits. DeFore works his way back, and it's 6 points.
This replay is going to take a minute because that's how long DeFore had to wait there coming across. He set his feet, too, and the awareness by Pope just alone getting into the end zone and score. What a job by Ashtabula Edgewood to get in the end zone.
That is a huge play. 15-12 the score now, and I imagine the 2-point team is going to come back out. because either way, even if it comes down to it, you can still kick a field goal if you get close at the end to work it through. Take a chance down, try to make this a 1-point game.
And again, spread guys out here.
And I think a timeout is going to be taken by Edgewood. Talk this over, maybe see how Conneaut was lining up that way.
It's the classic basketball. Greg Popovich got a deal there, but you did notice too, Edgewood was kind of running around, kind of seeing where they needed to line to. So, hey, you got your touchdown. It's okay to use your timeout and kind of see, get the right play call in.
It's some nice houses in the distance here, AA. Not too bad out here in Ashtabula.
That's true.
Hey, if you're looking to sell your home, well, you probably should let Woodlake Realty help you make the move and save big while you're at it. Right now, for a limited time, you can mention this ad and get your house listed for only 1.5%. It's one of the lowest rates in the market. That's expert service, full exposure, and more money in your pocket. Don't wait. Call Woodlake Realty today. Let them make selling your home a breeze like it is in the field right now. Beautiful breeze here tonight. Remember, just mention this ad for the special 1.5% listing offer, Woodlake Realty, where your move matters. More details online right now, www.woodlakere.com.
Right in the neighborhood, too.
Love to see it now as got a ball game here, folks. Minute 12 to go. Edgewood trying to get 2 points on this conversion and make this a 1-point game.
And again, it's up to this defense to be disciplined. You got to know already who your assignment is and not veer away from it.
DeFore in the shotgun, rolling to his right. He's going to keep it, turns upfield, trying to find room, and he'll jog in for the touchdown. 2-point conversion, gets to the line, and that makes the score 14 points for Edgewood still. Trailing Conneaut by 1, but a great job by DeFore turning upfield and getting in for the 2 points to add to this, shrink the lead for Conneaut now just to 1 point.
Let's go back here, and this is the 2-point conversion, and just getting sealed. A great job by this offensive line. Defensively, kind of gets sealed there. It's tough. To go back to the touchdown, though, how impressive was that? Like, just to be able to maintain poise. You go on both sides, and again, this offensive line is giving this young quarterback an opportunity to make these big-time plays. It is very well commended for this Edgewood offense going right down the field.
One of the reasons why Coach Cooper went to J.J. DeFore is his ability to improvise in the open field, make plays with his feet. Obviously, you saw a 2-point conversion tacked on after that touchdown. The play before on a great swing pass on the other side to Javen Pope. It gets us to where we are now, 15-14 with 1:12 to go in this first half, and Conneaut trying to make some noise before we go into the halftime break.
Wanted more mobility from that quarterback position. Not saying that, the previous quarterback wasn't doing a good job. He's doing a great job.
No, Stewart was having a good season.
Stewart's doing a great job, and Stewart is still being used, obviously, on this offense. But 2 straight days, we talked about coaches making adjustments at the quarterback position, but still finding a role for the previous quarterback to be involved on the offense.
All right, so we've seen one onside kick get recovered already today, AA. What will happen now?
I don't know. I don't even know if these kickers really know, like when the ball leaves the tee, what's going to happen.
Is Hersky going to kick that ball again? Low, it's tipped, and it's going to get tracked down and brought in. Great job right there by Evan Vendetti to bring it in and not lose possession. So 1:09 to go, and Conneaut going to have the ball right now on their own 42-yard line. Again, great starting field position for the Spartans.
Risky, of course. So, you want to steal possessions. That's the whole point of all this. You try to get those possessions stolen, but 69 seconds here. You see if you can get the extra yards, get into position. And it's a two timeouts for Conneaut. See what happens.
Definitely plenty of time to try and move down the field and get another score before we go into the halftime break. We'll see if...
I want to see how far back these DBs play, or you still kind of give a little bit of a press here.
I think maybe you just play it at this point, too. Stoner's looking to pass, going to step up in the pocket, over the middle. Got a receiver, it's caught, lowering the shoulder and down to the 40-yard line. What a play right there by Vera.
So that's a little bit of the risk there. You play everybody off. All you got to do is run slants all the way down. You have your timeouts, which Conneaut's going to use their, second right now. And also remember, as we all know, the clock also stops. Let's take a look at the last play. When you get the slants, got blocking there too. That's the Cushing right there. You see the guys shielding essentially the shell there, the defense.
Yeah, I think you make that pocket look nice. And the quarterback can step up, couple steps, make the throw. That's what you want almost every single possession, especially if you want to try and get some big yardage on some of those chunk plays. And again, one play now on the other side of midfield down at the 40-yard line. You love that if you're, again, Coach Dobrin and Conneaut. Really, the offense that way has been able to find some good things to build on in this first half. Still have that 1-point lead and trying to add to it with 1:02 to go.
You're 100% right, and the last thing you just said is spot on. You're still on the plus side of the minute mark. So you get that big play, all of a sudden, you're the Warriors. You don't have that clock advantage anymore.
All right, so chance for junior quarterback Colby Stiltner and company to keep moving this ball down the field and maybe try and get some more points on the board before we head in for halftime here. Stiltner in the shotgun, gonna pitch it to the outside. It's gonna be a pass, looking deep down the field. What an arm down the seam, and it's incomplete. Oh, Vera launched the ball down the field. Now Brady Vera looked like Tom Brady for a second with the throw on the deep pass. Just a little bit too much. Second down coming up.
I don't have a problem with that play call. I mean, here's you trying to look for those trick plays. Now, if I was Vieira, as the receiver, I'm looking at coach. I'm like, give it to me again. Give me. I got next. Give it to me again. I want to throw the ball once again.
I think maybe you let the quarterback throw it next time, but still, that's.
If I'm him, I'm trying to beg for my case.
The element of the surprise is gone, double A. Brady Vera with a cannon, but it's going to bring up second and long. And again, the big thing, too, only 6 seconds off the clock, so not too much time wasted on that. It's Stiltner looking to the outside, going to dump it off, and
great hit.
Wow.
Great hit.
And then they're going to say incomplete, too.
Yeah, that ball popped out right on contact.
Well, they were looking down the sideline for Bowles on the comeback, and maybe third and long. Great job by Edgewood on the defensive end to make that stop.
And I think that was Baldwin who made that tackle there on the outside, identifying where the receiver was. Both arms wrapped around, zeroed in on making a play. What should have been a catch, Kyle. You're right. And
that's
that
a tough
hit,
play, yeah, coming back to the running back. Yeah.
And that hit said, nah, not today.
So a timeout, I believe, taken by Conneaut. And I think Double A, is that their last time out of this?
It should be. It should be.
Yeah, so 49 seconds and a long third down. It's maybe call a couple plays here in this timeout, get the guys ready to go. So, hey, we're going to do this on third down. If we have fourth, we're going to do this. And just try and get them diagrammed a few plays in here before you come out, because obviously you can't stop the clock again.
So you wonder, like, defensively, you saw the adjustments a little bit. The DBs kind of moving up just a tad. That's enough prevent. Just move on just a little bit. What is available for this offense? And it's not a bad thing if they decide to run a draw here. And like to your point, you play this as a two down kind of situation. Neither team has a timeout left, so even a fourth down, if Conneaut doesn't get this third down and they run the ball and the clock still rolls, even that is not a bad thing either.
No, you just don't want to turn the ball over. That's
Correct.
The most important thing here. You want to try and make a play if you can, but also be smart about this and make sure you're not giving Edgewood an opportunity too, because they still have time.
Probably looking at a bubble screen here.
And good call, Double A. It's going to be outside. It's a forward pass, so it's going to be incomplete, I believe. And this is 4th down and 10, and there's still 46 seconds to go in this second quarter here. And now you got to wonder if you're Edgewood, too, if you get another stop, no yards, maybe force them to go backwards here. You still have a timeout. This is huge.
And it's going to be trusting the defense here. Me personally, I would punt.
Yeah.
But
high school football.
It's high school football, and you got to put trust in your defense if you don't get the big play here.
Stiltner 10 of 16 for 75 yards, a touchdown and an interception on the night. Going to step up and look the pass, take another shot down the middle. It's in double coverage, and it's intercepted. And it's the quarterback, J.J. Dufour, who plays safety. He gets the interception, the second of the night for Stiltner. Huge play from Edgewood.
Yeah, they tried up front here to try to get the pump fake. And the pressure up front, the Warriors are doing a better job getting that pressure on their, the defensive line. And the floor handled the rest. I'll just say this, Kyle. Well, you could say that was a punt. I mean,
you can technically do that.
I mean, you can very much say.
Yeah,
hey.
you're not wrong. And the ball going to be all the way down Double A at the, looks like it'd be the 11-yard line here, maybe 12. So that's a long field for Edgewood to go. They still have at least one timeout, but they have 40 seconds to work with. And The Warriors starting to put some momentum out there. 4 in that shotgun by himself after making the play on defense. What can he do on offense? Gonna throw a deep shot down the seam, looking, and it is brought in and caught! What a play down the seam from Riley Baldwin. They're gonna hustle down the field.
That was a phenomenal throw and catch, a great route there. You have one job if you're the defense, just to keep everything in front of you, and Baldwin just went right past, right in the seam, and it's a new possession for this Warriors offense.
Call it a gain of about almost 40 yards double A, and now again DeFore back to pass, looking middle again, high, incomplete, dangerous throw. Great defense right there by 34. That's Josh Sabo.
And I think the late flag here is going to be for a sideline warning.
So just a warning. But again, the ball near midfield double A. What a huge play, the previous one, to take that chunk out. And again, you talked about having that ability to make something happen. Still plenty of time on the clock. Edgewood trying to take advantage.
It's tough, too, because, you know, Edgewood could have just decided at that point, hey, let's just run it, go into the locker room for halftime. No, we're going to take that shot. You got 14 seconds. You probably have 2 or 3 more plays before the half.
We'll see what DeFore can do. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Got off quick. It's going to be a screen pass out there. It's going to be caught by Pope. He turns upfield. He's still on his feet. Look at Pope trying to make a play. Working the sideline. Going to get brought down. 5 seconds to go, and I imagine
there's no timeouts.
There's no timeouts. And that should be the half. So some fireworks to close it. That was a near first down, but that is how we go into halftime. The score 15-14 Conneaut on top of Edgewood right here on CVC TV. We'll hear from the bands at halftime, of course. Get you ready for a second half action after this.
Have you ever had an unwanted guest? No, not your ex, not your neighbor. I'm talking about an animal that belongs outside that you find inside your home. Well, guess what? Alpha Animal Removal will take care of all of that for you. From trapping and removal to animal damage repair to prevention screening and more. Alpha Animal Removal will ensure your unwelcome guest stays out. So the next time you need to trap or remove your unwanted wildlife guest, go to alpha-animal-removal.com.
Think you have what it takes to be a sports broadcaster if you have a passion for sports. Ohio Media School can train you in just 8 short months to be an announcer, host, radio personality, and so much more. Get paid to talk sports, flexible class schedule, hands-on training and financial aid for those who qualify. Start your career now by visiting us online at beonair.com or call 3-112-884-8000.
nor mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
It was released in 1976, and it was their first single to hit #1 on the charts. Here is Shout It Out Loud. Off of his 1984 album of the same name. This is Rebel Yell.
While we're waiting for the second half to begin, reach in your pocket for your 50-50 raffle ticket. They were $350.50. Tonight is 357-7321. 357-7321. If you have that winning number, please report to the press box.
Welcome back in, folks. Halftime. The score 15-14. Conneaut on top of Edgewood here on your CVC TV Game of the Week, Part 2. And it's been a Lake Division exclusive this week, double A. Of course, last night a fantastic matchup between, of course, Madison and Jefferson. Now here tonight at Ashtabula Edgewood. And a back and forth first half, really. We saw obviously Conneaut jump out early and then trading scores back and forth to the Spartans and the Warriors. It leads us to this one-point game as we get ready for the third quarter.
Yeah, what a first half. I mean, I'll tell you, both of these teams, hitting and delivering, offense, of course, a couple of big plays. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm very curious with the halftime adjustments. Looking at Edgewood here, as they're warming up on the far side. I'm very curious how defensively they are going to adjust to a Conneaut offense who on the ground has been able to make some pretty good attacks with their option plays and whatnot. So, will they kind of settle in? They've done a better job of defending the flat, which Conneaut was taking full advantage of in the first half. So I'm very curious to see how that's defended. And of course, with Conneaut, they took advantage of some short field opportunities. However, there's been a few throws, not, the entirety, but a few that's been a little bit off target. You're trying to make decisions before the receiver arrives at a spot, and if the ball's not coming out perfectly, we've been pretty close to some really, really, really bad turnovers.
Well, we've seen a couple interceptions from Conneaut, too, and again, quarterback Colby Stiltner in his first season really as the starting quarterback for this group, double A, 10 of 17, 75 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions in that first half. But they were still able to find different avenues to get on the board, and that's been important, just finding a way to score points for both these teams. They've been struggling to do so consistently throughout the season. That's why both obviously come in with those 1-6 records. And again, we're seeing two offenses that are figuring a few things out about themselves tonight so far.
And one of the guys that I've been impressed with on the Conneaut side, Isaiah Bowles, number 6. This young man cannot go down. I mean, you're talking about what he's been able to do on the ground. He's only a sophomore tailback, also linebacker, but his ability to get those extra yards after contact. I said in the first half he was the consistent circle button, the consistent spin button.
Because that's the reminder double A has to do his laundry. There you go, yeah.
But he's delivering on the ground. And that's another adjustment that this defense is going to have to make. But the play of the day for me so far was the second touchdown by Edgewood with the floor, being able to roll out to the outside of the pocket, comes back the other way, gets it over to Javion Pope, and he did a great job just being there available on open field. And I'll tell you what, back and forth, a lot of positives for both of these teams. Some things both of these teams have to work on. We'll see how they adjust here in the second half.
It's going to be an exciting second half of action with these two teams separated by just a handful of miles up in the far northeastern points of Northeast Ohio here on CVC TV. Talk about the coverage, and of course you can always find the latest score updates and different players of the week and players across the sports complex when it comes to fall sports, winter sports, spring, doesn't matter. We've got you covered over at ChagrinValleyConference.com. Make sure you guys go check that out and get the latest on the CVC All 20,000 teams in our conference. We've got plenty of them.
And there are 21,000 ways to execute a kickoff, which we have also seen here today. A couple of squid kicks, a pooch kick. Conneaut got a conversion, so let's see what happens here with this kickoff.
What Aiden Gursky can do this time is he lines this one up, and he will boot this one far and deep. Conneaut going to take the ball at their own 7-yard line. We're underway in this third quarter. A return, and the ball is out late. It's going to be picked up by Edgewood, but I think he may have been down. They're going to say that he was down. That was returned by Carrick Dobrin, who got up to about the 24, 25-yard line. Ball came out super late, and they're going to say it's Conneaut football double-A. There was some hope maybe from the Edgewood sideline that they were going to count that as a fumble, but
that's tough. I always say this too at the high school level, college, and even pros. The one time where if you're the road team, you want to take full advantage of the lack of crowd involvement is the beginning of the third quarter. You already had the marching band halftime shows. All of a sudden, everyone's at the concession stands. You want to take full advantage of that.
Stone, they're going to hand off. Bowles working his way through. Bowles cuts through the middle. Bowles to the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and he will jog into the end zone for a touchdown. Right down the middle, 75 yards. Isaiah Bowles for 6.
He went straight down Interstate 90. I got to tell you, he did not even need a spin move, just one stiff arm. And immediately at second level, he gets the touchdown. And Isaiah Bowles, he has put on a show this evening.
And 10 carries of 42 yards before that one, and Bowles lights him up 75 right down the seam. And Conneaut back up now by a full touchdown and extra point. See if they can add one more point to it. It's on the way. It's up, and it is good. Score now 22-14. The Spartans strike first with electricity. 17 seconds in to our second half action here on CVC TV. Well, if you're looking to buy, sell, trade, or repair your ATVs and equipment, look no further than Hobby Motorsports and Equipment. They offer top deals and expert repairs for all your motorsport needs. Whether you're upgrading or need a quick fix, their team's got you covered. Visit them on Facebook. Just search Hobby Motorsports and Equipment, or go to the location at 7935 Euclid Chardon Road over in Kirtland. Hobby Motorsports and Equipment, your trusted source for all things ATV and equipment. Well, that's one way to start the third quarter double-A.
That's how you start it. And think about it, just a game of inches, right? Imagine if that fumble did happen and Edgewood would have got the football back at that spot. One play later, gets the touchdown. Isaiah Bowles, who we already mentioned, had a great first half, and 75 yards later.
Averaging over 4 yards a carry before that one. Obviously now it's been blown up as far as the averages are concerned, but still, mentioned is finding ways to extend plays, getting those 8, 7, 8, 9 yard runs spun in with, no pun intended, those spin moves. He was able just to bounce off defenders. We haven't really seen Bowles get a full head of steam yet. Now we just did with that, and I tell you what, one of the fastest kids on the field.
And he is, and if I'm Edgewood right now, we already saw Conneaut get one onside kick. You need to be on high alert. As soon as that ball comes your way, you fall to the ground. Don't try to pick it up. That's when trouble happens.
Unless you're actually supposed to return this kick and it goes back there. Double-A's got a good point. We've seen too many onside kicks recovered the past few weeks. As this one is going to be a semi-normal kickoff. It's going to tail down and
like a pooch kick.
Get picked up and turning down the field. A huge return breaking through the sideline. That was a great job and a great read right there by Edgewood. That was Braden Hall, the junior, who took it off one bounce, made a play on the sideline, got it to bounds at the 40-yard line. That is where the Warriors will begin their first offensive possession of this second half. And
let's see here how they're going to respond. Great positivity for this Warriors team after that return.
And again, after giving up that 75-yard touchdown run on the defensive end, can the offense respond? It's been back and forth. We mentioned that double-A all game so far. They've been able to kind of get back in and respond quickly. Can we follow suit in the second half here? And going to be a little bit of a pitch and a delayed handoff. Going to work on the left side, and there's going to be nowhere to go. As DeFore thought about handing it back off on the delayed counter and had to keep it himself, worked back on that left side and had nowhere to go. Double-A Conneaut got him on the stop.
And Ryan Turner's just staying with it there. You know, Turner was with it, a couple other defenders was there. But that's your responsibility as a linebacker. You know, one of those guys' his task was staying with the floor. If he takes off, you got to be right there, and then don't be afraid to make that play, trusting your reads. Great defense there all around, every level for the Spartans.
Maybe it was going to be a delayed counter off a screen that was blown up, and DeFore decided to keep it himself and just had nowhere to go. A bobbled snap, but DeFore going to keep it again. Goes back to the middle. DeFore cuts through. He's got room past midfield and pushed out of bounds near the 40-yard line. Using the wheels, not getting deterred after a negative play. He turned that one into a positive and a huge first down for the Warriors.
Got the blocking that was needed there, too. Might have missed a little bit of a hold there, but got the blocking that was needed.
Don't be that guy, Double-A.
I'm not. But again, it's all angles, right? It's all angles. But got the blocking that was needed, and again, the quick feet by the quarterback, getting the first down. This has been where they've been successful throughout the game. Edgewood on the ground.
47 yards in the ground for DeFore. He's also got 137 yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. And Pope working on the inside. Pope going to get met, brought down. Flag comes in late near where the hit took place, inside the 40-yard line. It would be a gain of about 2 to 3. We'll see what the call is.
I thought Sabo had a clean hit, but we'll see what the penalty is going to be. Edgewood had extra linemen up front.
Now they're going to say a face mask, Double-A, on that one. Surprising. It looked like it was just a contact. Was it, again, maybe or incidental face mask? I'm not sure, but we'll see how far forward they were. About 5 yards. So, again, it was a not intentional face mask. So
remember, here at this level, there are different penalties. Unintentional face mask, only 5 yards. Intentional is to 15 yards.
Yeah, so they'll just add on to that carry there. It's going to be a keep for DeFore. He's working right side. He can still pass, but he's going to tuck it down and run. DeFore going to get spun down. No gain. May have lost a yard. Great job on the outside there by Conneaut. You can take your pick again. Multiple defenders out there, including number 58, Wyatt Distal.
I thought initially Nate Stewart, number 12, had a great kick-out block initially, but then the defense swarmed on the outside and handled their business against this offense.
And J.J. DeFore trying to hit that corner and just had nowhere to go, so it's going to bring up second and medium. Ball on the 34-yard line for Edgewood, trying to respond again. It's been back and forth all game long. One team scores, the other pretty much the next drive. Double-A gets down the field and makes it a game again. DeFore in that shotgun, looking. He's going to have to step up and he's going to get under pressure, and he's brought down. A huge sack by Conneaut. Got in the backfield. Right there was number 32, and of course it's a number we don't have. But nevertheless, what a play by the young man.
Let's talk about number 32 for a second and how he beat out his offensive player there immediately, sent the house his way, and just handled business and got the sack.
A loss of about 7 on the plays. DeFore was able to try and step up a little bit and get a few yards back, but that was great pressure there by Conneaut to force a sack, and now it sets up a 3rd and long for Edgewood on Conneaut's side of the field, so you'd still think 4-down territory. Double-A. We haven't seen, I think, very many punts, maybe only one.
And we haven't seen the Warriors play behind the sticks that often in this game.
Challenge in DeFore is the play is blown dead.
Receiver jumped early.
So that's going to be behind the sticks and then some. Another 5 yards on the false start. It's going to set up a 3rd and 16. This is a long conversion. Not many plays in the playbook designed for this Double-A.
Yeah, and Pope was lined up on the visitor side. He jumped early, but there was a lot of crowd noise on that side of the field, so he either could not hear the snap. Didn't see the snap, obviously.
There's a long way to go for Edgewood. Maybe just try and, I don't know, cut this in half. Get inside to 4th and inside 10 maybe. We'll see. Or they take a shot. They will. Down the left sideline, throwing up, and that's going to be incomplete. You can almost say maybe, too, that on the offensive side that Riley Baldwin maybe pushed the defender there. But that's going to set up 4th and 16, and I'd imagine the punt unit's going to head out there.
And we'll see if you want to play good field position, of course.
It looks like Nate Stewart's coming out Double-A, so he's going to punt this ball away. And again, the former quarterback, we'll see if he can boot this ball and get some field position and get Conneaut back pinned deep here.
Got to make sure all your players are on the field.
Of course, Stewart did play quarterback too, so he's got the ability, if he wanted to, check it off. But this time we'll punt it off. That one comes off clean. It's high, it's arcing, it's going to take a bounce high inside the 20, and that's a huge bounce right there for Edgewood as it gets down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. He'll take that punt.
Yes, you will, all day.
First one was about 11 yards in that first half, Double-A. Just caught off the wrong side of his foot that time. Much better, high, got the chance for the Gunners on the sideline to work their way down and down that ball. And playing field position now, trying to pin Conneaut back deep. Didn't matter last time, 75 yards in the first play of this,
and that's,
this third quarter.
And that's key, too. You can't get sucked in there. You know, the linemen for the Conneaut, they're huge in there. You get sucked in very, very quickly. And that's what happened. And that's why Bowles had only one person touch him within, 3 yards, and then 75 yards later, gets it in for 6.
Right now, Carrick Dobrin in the backfield on the left hip. And it's going to be a keeper right there. And a carry back up the middle near the 12-yard line. So they will give Colby Stiltner a gain of about 4.
A little breather play here. I believe Bowles is back in now after that play. And remember, too, and we can't stress this enough, you got multiple players playing on both sides of the ball, plus special teams, so you will get those breather plays.
And Bowles immediately gets that handoff, working on the inside. Flag comes in late. And that may be a hold on the offense, so that's going to be a huge penalty against Conneaut. And a bit of a bailout for Edgewood as Bowles had put his head down and gotten a few more yards. It would have been a 3rd and short, but now it's going to be a 2nd and long.
But you can see the physicality, just across the board, every level. You see it here. And for both of these teams, it's been a little while since, this point of the game. They've been in close games here. So this is unfamiliar territory.
And for both of them now, if he's got a good point, Double-A. Last time one of these teams won was back in week 2. And I think there was a defensive? And it was against Edgewood. So 5 yards back for Conneaut.
And again, this is where the physicality, and everybody talks about it, everybody knows what they're supposed to do, but mentally, are you able to stay locked in and stay ready? And those mental mistakes, got to limit those.
I hope so. Again, Colby Stiltner, who's had an interesting day at quarterback so far, trying to lead Conneaut and extend their lead. Rolling out left side. Stiltner looking. Still thinking the pass. He's going to throw it off, and that was low. Was it caught? They say it was. What a catch on the outside there by Kason Hayes, the junior.
That was a great job there. He had the pressure there. Dora's coming after him, but great throw. This young quarterback, should say young, he's a junior quarterback, but
first full year starting too, Double-A, so a lot of uncertainty as far as what the position was going to be, who was going to do it, and he's been able to grow throughout the season, and you're seeing that maturity there. He's finding a play, keeping the ball active. And Bull's going to keep it, work his way through, bouncing off tackles, and eventually going to get brought down near the 30-yard line. What a run by Bowles.
Is this uniform slippery or something? I don't know. Man, he's just able to just bounce off. It's almost like he uses the momentum from the contact just to bounce off of other guys. But Bowles, again, does a great job. And the offensive line getting a first down.
131 yards on the ground tonight for Isaiah Bowles, the sophomore. He's got plenty of time to hone those skills and become a real threat. And the sharpest point in Ohio up here in the northeast.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Think about it. You add more speed and obviously more strength to him. It's going to be a dangerous threat for this Conneaut team.
Roll it now for Stiltner. He's going to keep it. Turns that corner, trying to find an edge, and he'll get taken down past the 30, down to about the 34-yard line. So we'll give him a solid gain of about 4 to 5 yards.
And again, more subs coming in and out for Conneaut.
It's good to have those rotational pieces that way. You talk about the youth on both of these sides. And there are some players that do pull double duty, and obviously you handle both sides of the football, but you're still seeing a lot of talented kids get rotated through. And in a season where maybe it feels like obviously both teams sitting at 1-6, what's the positives? You look at that. You say, hey, a lot of these kids are getting playing time. They're going to get this experience and reps in game. Handoff, Bowles. He gets blown up in the backfield. One of the first times this half that Edgewood was able to make a huge stop. Give a lot of credit there to number 51. That was Christian Brad who got inside and was one of the initial tacklers that kept Bowles at bay.
Yeah, and that go around, they were able to read what was happening there, read their guards, and go right in and make the play. And don't look now, you got a third down.
Yeah, trying to get this all taken care of if you're Edgewood, and you try to pin them deep to play the field position battle. Now you got defense has to win that battle, and Conneaut trying to keep possession for as long as they can and try at the end of this drive to score points, but first they have to try and convert this third down. Still they're in that shotgun, gonna roll. Thought about the option. It's a pass on the inside, a little pitch to Bowles, and he's right at that first down line, AA.
He took a big hit as he went in there. We're going to see if it is close enough.
That was actually Ryan Turner, by the way, AA, not Bowles, and he's right at that line.
Yeah, Turner took a big hit. He took a huge hit.
Are they going to possibly measure this? The players are going to their respective sidelines.
Well, this is where both teams, you take full advantage of this official's timeout. Get your adjustments in. And this is the most important. Oh, Chang almost got attacked there. There's a lot of pressure to be on the Chang gang. It's just,
This is a huge play right now if they can get this first down and keep that momentum in the ball and not have to worry about a fourth. And I'll tell you what, based on that spot, it's going to be enough. First down. Oh, a great job. And by Conneaut to get that first down, it was a fake option on the inside little pitch play. It technically counts as a pass double way because it was forward. And great job right there on the read by Colby Stelner, making that decision in that clutch moment to move down for the first down.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and did what he needed to do. Great play call, too. Just get in there. Turner did take a hit, but you sacrifice so you get the first down.
It's for the team, AA.
For the team.
So first down for the Spartans on their own 39-yard line. They've been able to put together a little drive here. Bowles working through on the right side, spinning through again, and gets put down around midfield. Physical run by Bowles, and that should be enough for another Conneaut first down.
Now watching Bowles here in person, and he was right in front of us. Just watching him, I see now he opens himself a little bit, and when he's ready to when the contact's ready, he knows how to spin himself. It's actually pretty amazing to watch.
He's a violent runner, too. Just a lot of intensity when he rolls through. And then having that kind of intensity, you kind of get yourself ready for it. And sometimes you can go a little too high, bounce off, and that's how Bowles is able to make some plays. This time, Stelner going to keep it. Spun upfield and maybe get about 2 yards past the midfield marker. A couple of tacklers in there, obviously, was Javen Pope, Tanner Klein. Second and long coming up.
And Pope caught it from behind, but still getting a couple of yards in there.
We talk about it, AA, just positive plays. You just want to make sure you're moving forward. Even if it is only a gain of 2-3 yards, hey, you'll take that.
And don't look now, but this is eating up a ton of time, too, this drive.
It really is. Conneaut been able to methodically move down the field. Now they're already in Warriors territory. Remember, they started this drive back at their own 8-yard line. They put one of these long drives together, too, in the first quarter, AA.
They did. You're right.
Unfortunately, did not come up with points. There was an interception on that drive towards the end of it. When they were deep into Edgewood territory. It's a pass to the outside. It was thrown, and that's caught. Great job by Brady Vera. I haven't said his name in a little bit, and he got close to the first down.
Yeah, good to see Vera back in there again. The big body, number 3. You can't miss him. I mean, he's just with the side. But there was pressure up front provided by the Warriors. But, again, Conneaut's going on their pace. Kind of exactly that drive Kyle referenced a couple seconds ago in the first quarter, going at their pace.
All right, so we're going to be third and short. And I'll tell you what, just putting his head down,
amazing.
And it's so hard to stop right now, is again a solid run by Isaiah Bowles, and he just moves the chains.
He runs low, too, for his size. I mean, he's running low. Like, he's not a stick figure, but he's just running. It's just elusive. He's doing a phenomenal job.
Creeping up on a minute 30 to go in this third quarter, which is essentially been dominated by Conneaut, especially in a time of possession department, as they've just been able to continue to get first downs on this long drive.
And at some point, they'll surprise you up top.
Stoner faked the pitch rather, and got a positive gain of about 4 yards there. Solid job. They read Bowles, and he decided to keep it.
And defensively, you do the job. You make sure that ball doesn't go to the outside, but still creep it up on yards. You're testing the endurance now of this Edgewood defense.
There's something to be said, just constantly pounding the ball with Bowles, and then having someone like a Brady Vera on the outside you can throw to that can make plays. Even if it is only a 6 or 7 yard gain, it just is consistent. Bowles, another carry up the middle, putting his head down. Look at 4 or 5 red jerseys, and he's still going forward. Bowles didn't actually eventually go down until past the 30, but they're going to say forward progress stopped before that at about the 32.
He almost had the extra push by one of his teammates. But again, just moving. And I got to say, I believe this is like the third or fourth third down attempt in this drive.
They've converted all of them to this point, Double A, been able to make those plays. And with that carry, 2 Bowles over the 150-yard mark in this game with a quarter to play.
Coach is seeing over for Conneaut if he likes to look here defensively.
3rd and medium. Going to be a keeper for Stiltner. What a fake. He's got plenty of room. Running on the outside, pulled down at the 15-yard line. That is how you end the 3rd quarter. What a run by Colby Stiltner of 17 yards. And we move into the 4th frame to score 22-14. Conneaut driving again here at Edgewood. Hey, if you're looking to break into the exciting world of broadcasting, film, or digital media, the Ohio Media School in the Cleveland area offers hands-on training in TV and radio broadcasting, audio production, sports broadcasting, and more. Their real-world approach, taught by industry professionals, ensures your job ready in just about 8 months. Located conveniently, I should say, over in Valley View. Their Cleveland campus is your gateway to a rewarding career in media. You can visit beonair.com to start your journey today.
We had a few members of the homecoming court. They said their next step is broadcasting. You know, as someone doing the morning announcements here, a couple others involved in broadcasting want to get involved with broadcasting. That's where you go to, OMS.
It's definitely a fantastic and fun career, and Double A, we've been treated to another good game tonight here on CVC TV as we move into the 4th, an 8-point game. Conneaut trying to extend their lead in this 4th quarter. Another long, sustained drive. Can this time they finish the job and get in for 6?
And, well, so far they converted all their 3rd downs, you know, here. And, again, you had that big run. The end-of-quarter break was absolutely needed for Edgewood, absolutely, because this has been a physical drive for this Conneaut offense.
Methodical Echo Dobrin offense, over 200 yards rushing through 3 quarters, trying to add 6 more points to the total here. First down. Handoff again. Look at Bowles just push his way through, and it's just so difficult to tackle him.
He's slipping through. He's honestly one of the best runners we have seen as far as style that we've seen throughout the year.
And when you got a lot of experience on that offensive line, definitely helps to open up some holes for your sophomore running back. Bowles again going to get the carry, working his way through. This time the defensive line for Edgewood stepping up.
Yeah, you needed that in there. Defensively, was that Caden Hand? Or, excuse me, that was Christian Bratt. And Bratt was like, you got to get some kind of a stop in there for the Warriors.
Yeah, junior defensive tackle just trying to collapse the middle and help out in that run game. 3rd and short, and Double A mentioned they've converted about 5 third downs on this drive already. See if Stiltner can try it again. Gonna hand. Bowles working through, huge hit on the weak side. Big number 64, Mason Thor, got in there. 6'6", 230-pound defensive end, the junior with the stop.
He's been creeping back there. He's been creeping defensively, trying to get in there. And him and a couple of his teammates did the job. And again, at the moment, it's a 1-possession game. If you do decide to kick the field goal, it's okay. Make it a 9-point game.
I think a timeout going to be taken AA by, I want to say, Conneaut here. So a chance to talk this over. I mean, they could attempt a field goal. We'll see what happens.
Excuse me, it will be an 11-point game. My math is off on a Friday night.
You know, I was told there'd be no math. So that was Hey, a chance right now to talk to you about our presenting sponsor for CVC TV, of course. It's the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties include everything from dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit their website for the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. It's www.ohsurgery.com. And, of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and us here at CVC TV. So, decision time right now for Coach Dobrin and company over on the Spartan sideline. Do you go for it on 4th and short? They can get a first down still. They don't have to score a touchdown here. Or do you take a chance and try to kick a field goal?
I think their decision is going to be to go for it.
Now, you've got a running back right now with
you trust them at a 4th and 3 to take the ball.
Still, they're going to run the option, try to cut through. He should, I believe, be right at the line, and that looks like it may be enough. We'll see where the spot is.
He got it.
Now, the official rule is it's completed, so another conversion, this time on 4th down AA. Colby Stilton just to take that, fake the pitch out the bowls, dive down in and get that first down.
This is a masterclass of a drive by the Spartans that would only be ruined by a turnover. I mean, this is...
Oh, there's the announcer's jinx, so here we go. You say it comes into existence, maybe not. We'll see. Bowles with the carry, taken down immediately. They're starting to figure that out a little bit more. Solid tackle on the weak side there by Chris Squera.
I almost worried a little bit because I saw the ball a little bit exposed on the tackle. It was secured.
You're worried because you said something to play.
I was. But honestly,
please don't be my fault.
Yes.
Second down and goal going to come up here for the Spartans, getting the play in from the sideline. And again, Bowles has been fantastic on this drive and throughout the game. AA talk about the electric play, 75 yards for a touchdown on the first play of the third quarter. And now the Conneaut players walking over to the sideline. Another timeout going to be taken. And again, a chance to kind of collect themselves a little bit. It worked last time on the 4th down conversion play. They were able to get 3 yards and move the chains. A chance now for Coach Rocco Dobrin and company to really figure things out in these next few plays and try to get in for 6 points.
Well, you worked so hard to get to this point. That's the only thing with these long drives is that everything has to go perfectly. But, I mean, we're well into the double digits as far as number of plays on this drive. So why not make sure that, and you know the records, it's a close game. You want to just make sure you execute every small thing here. So I don't mind that timeout one bit.
You take that because it's imperative right now. Right now, still technically a one-possession game, only an 8-point game.
Got to get in the end zone.
If you get in the end zone or at least get this super close for a field goal attempt, if you had to do it, you feel more confident now because you're going to be inside the 5-yard line. A very short field goal, essentially almost an extra point, but worth 3. Worst-case scenario here if you don't get any more yards. But
without saying what the end result's going to be, you get in the end zone this late in the game, it's going to be a real uphill battle for the Warriors to respond. They're capable of responding, but making it a 2-score game, if you get in the end zone, would be huge after a long drive.
Couple of chances to do it now. Second down and goal from the 4-yard line. Still there again in that shotgun. Going to look to pass over the middle, trying the receiver, and it's caught! Touchdown for Turner over the middle. It was a jump ball right down the middle, and Ryan Turner pulls it in, the tight end for 6.
Great throw. And you see again the play fake, all these runs. You finally throw the ball up there, and Stittler just getting in there, and Turner doing a great job. And a drive which I think is taking 10, 11, or 12 minutes of game time. He did it.
A phenomenal job. The extra point is up, and that one is going to sneak through. It goes in, so the score gets a little bit bigger for Conneaut. 29-14 is Edgewood looking for some answers on the offensive end now, and it feels like it's been forever since we've seen the Warriors offense. They had a little bit of momentum on the last drive and came up a bit short. Now an opportunity for Edgewood again to come back out, and I think this is probably a must-score possession double-A with only 9:13 to go in the ballgame.
No question, no question. And to your point, I'm pretty sure we have seen this Warriors offense probably for a grand total of 90 seconds of game action in the second half. It's just been all Conneaut. And that was before, the Bulls' 75-yard touchdown run to open the half, and then you get the big run there. So, no question, the Warriors have got to get the ball, get in the end zone, and respond right here in this possession.
Yeah, do or die time now for Edgewood is the score again, 29-14, 9:13 to go in the game. Conneaut holding that 15-point lead. It's homecoming night here for Edgewood. Again, one of the more elaborate celebrations we've seen too. We saw multiple pretty awesome cars on the field too pregame, and trying to deliver for the fans. Everyone's still here too, obviously. Packed house, and this has been a great game.
I think there's only one way out of the stadium too.
Oh boy. We're going to be here all night long. And, we've seen a couple onside kicks, but I imagine maybe a normal one, and there it is. It's a line drive down the right side, taken in at the 30. Trying to find some room, cutting upfield and putting the head down and getting past the 35-yard line was the returner on that. That was number 26 out there, Adam Powell, who got some positive gain on that, and that is where the Warriors will start this possession. 9:06 to go, double-A, and we talked about it. This is a must-score drive if you're Edgewood.
And again, no need to go for the home run immediately unless you feel overly confident about it. And
you could try.
You could try. You could try. It's not. I'll put it to you this way. It's not necessary unless you see a play call that you love and you go over the top. But they can operate a little bit here, get like 10, 15 yards.
The 4 in that shotgun on a 5-wide set. It's a screen play. Dangerous pass and a great job by Conneaut. It is snuffed out immediately. Solid tackle right off the bat and just nowhere to go. And double-A, you got nervous for a second too. You thought maybe that play was going to be an interception where it was thrown.
Yeah, that's a tough play call there. And, that's what happens. You got defenders who read that, and there you go.
There's just nowhere to go on that reception, and DeFore and trying to get a quick play out and threw it to the side with only 2 receivers. There were 3 trips actually at the top of the screen. You wonder maybe a couple extra blockers up there. You give your receiver a chance, but instead went below. Maybe a loss of about 7.
Got to watch the trips here at the top once again.
Faked off the pressure. DeFore rolling to his left. Going to take a shot down the field. Another jump ball. Cut back and it's caught. No, it's dropped. Had it in his hands, was about to take steps and could not take the steps. Riley Baldwin had the ball, but just could not squeeze it.
And he did the perfect thing in terms of coming back to the football. He had to cut inside just to ensure that the ball came his way. He did everything right except make the catch.
Oh, that is a heartbreaker right there for Edgewood. Would have been a huge play past midfield. Instead, now 3rd and 15 coming up.
I think with the path he was going to take, he was probably scoring.
There was a lot
because he only had to get by 1 defender on the other side.
And the entire field to try and beat him, too. Here comes DeFore again in that shotgun, looking, going to take a shot down the right side, throws it up, and it's a jump ball and incomplete. I tell you what, that was almost brought in by Josiah Pope. It was a jump ball, and great defense from Conneaut forces the incompletion. Pope almost had that one, double-A.
Yeah, you're right, and he went after it and jumped. We've seen the last 2 plays, receivers jumping up and trying to make the big play.
Well, you talked about Edgewood not having to go for it. Well, they definitely have been trying to take those shots, and they've been there. That play, again, for Riley Baldwin, going to haunt him a little bit because he had that catch and a lot of space. And again, almost a huge play by Josiah Pope, but now a 4th down and long, and didn't go for it here.
No question.
Kind of have to, right?
Yeah, no question. With 8 minutes to go, you saw how long Conneaut can keep the football.
Definitely don't want to give the ball back to him by your own volition as far as punting it away. And we're going to see DeFore look to pass again. Going to take a shot down the middle. He's got a receiver streaking. This one's caught. It's caught. And he's going to go. Touchdown. Sanchez again. He had the big play in the first quarter. This time he reads the seam on 4th and 15, a 69-yard touchdown pass.
It is the thing that dreams are made of. On a 4th down, getting the entire extension there, reaching out. That ball was out at its furthest point, and Sanchez was able to make the catch. Edgewood was dead and buried, and now they're right back in this.
What an unbelievable throw and catch. The ball in the perfect spot for his 3rd touchdown pass of the night. And now a huge potential 2-point conversion attempt to keep this a 1-possession game, Double A. This is major here, because if you don't get this now, Conneaut, they just went on a 11, almost 12-minute long drive.
We'll see what happens, of course.
You want to make this a 1-possession game. You don't want to keep this a 9-point game here.
Very curious. You're going to have to burn that time out there, Coach Cooper.
Okay, let's talk this one through, make sure we know exactly what we're doing, because this, essentially, we talked about how long Conneaut held onto the ball, Double A. This could be the game here if they don't get this 2-point conversion. The 9-point difference is huge right now.
And again, just we don't know, obviously, the kicking situation, of course, but, you could kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game, but you trust, in the play call that you're going to go with, 2-point conversion.
Oh, my goodness. What a ball game here. Like I said, we've been treated to some really fantastic football this season on CVC. That was
what a throw.
An absolute dime thrown out there to Devin Sanchez, who only has 2 catches today, but both went for gigantic touchdowns. Remember, he had the 46-yard bubble screen play on that sidearm throw in the first quarter. Then that huge one down the seam.
And Kyle, that brings confidence back to the entire receiving corps. There was a couple of big drops where the receivers, Baldwin before and then Pope, they both did the right things, except not able to bring down the ball.
This could not finish the play, but that time it was definitely finished. And this is a huge 2-point conversion attempt. DeFore in the shotgun, Pope on his left hip, looking to pass. Now it's stepping up. DeFore cutting through, trying to find, still on his feet. Just getting it spun down and short. And that is a huge stop for the Conneaut defense. DeFore just could not get back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to remain a 9-point game. That is a huge deal, folks, because even another touchdown and a 2-point conversion still leaves Conneaut with a 1-point lead. So even if Edgewood is able to recover an onside kick and maybe get back in for a score here, I mean, it's still tough.
You're talking yourself into them going for the onside kick right now. I was going to say this about that 2-point conversion play, though. Great defense as far as eliminating all receiving options. And, I've noticed here when the QBs are taking off the floor, this is something he's going to improve on. When you take an extra step, try to think, well, what's the right way to go? It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Too many thoughts in your head. Sometimes you can't think, just do. And the reason why you almost have to go for an onside kick, Double A, is because it's a 2-possession game and there's under 8 minutes to go in it.
Mm-hmm.
You almost don't have a choice at this point, just from a standpoint of, like I said, even if you do get the ball back and get a stop on defense and score again, how much time does that take?
And if you see on the other side of the screen, Conneaut is ready for an onside kick. They're in position.
They're prepared for it.
Remember, this is not the NFL. You don't have to report to the referees that you're kicking an onside kick.
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah, we don't have to do that. Not here.
Not here.
Not now.
Not now.
Not never?
Not ever.
Okay.
One of the dumbest rules the National Football League has ever put in.
Tell me how you really feel. And there's the onside kick. It is got to go 10 yards. It's tipped. It's tipped. Did Edgewood get it?
It did go 10 yards.
They did. The Warriors get it. First big step. Conneaut smacked the ball forward, and I'll tell you what.
It bounced off of a Conneaut player at the 10-yard mark.
Looked like Devin Fogel was up there and maybe punched it. There he did.
Oh, yes, good call, Kyle. Great call. That punch makes it eligible, a live ball.
They did go about 10 yards on that play, Double A, and that is huge for Edgewood. 7:51 to go. Now, they still have to obviously convert here and score, but they are very much alive right now.
And remember, if a Conneaut player in that situation, the moment he touches the ball, even if it doesn't go 10 yards, it's a live ball, and Edgewood's eligible to get that ball back, which they did.
The ball went about 11. He punched it back forward to 9. That's why the ball is at the 49-yard line here for the Warriors. To 4. Hands it off to Pope. Left side, Pope splits through the middle and gets down for the first down. 11 yards right there for Javen Pope. And now Edgewood has a ton of momentum.
And momentum means everything. This Conneaut football team has not won a game since the beginning or since mid-August, the first game against Grand Valley.
And both these teams, their lone wins this season, AA, coming against that Grand Valley school. So a chance to find out more things. And we talked about building blocks. This is an opportunity for both sides here.
Closing out games. That's something Conneaut has got to dig down deep and find a way. This is a free play.
And it's going to be, I don't see a flag out there. The ball's thrown up and it's picked off by Conneaut. AA, I don't see a flag. Now one comes in late, but it may be a late hit. Would they catch the offsides?
I don't think so. I don't think he did.
I thought for sure.
I thought the defender jumped early, and I don't think the officials called it.
They're not even considering this, I think. They're pointing to Edgewood's sideline.
And the flag that did come in
like for a late hit.
But after the interception.
I think Conneaut's under the impression they're going to take over possession here. We're seeing a little bit of a huddle in the from the referees.
I think so, because that flag came in after the interception.
That would be a very crazy turn of events. Helmet to helmet.
Ooh.
Or what?
If it's a helmet to helmet,
it would not take away the interception. It would still count. It would just be after the play, and there'd be a 15-yard penalty, I think. So I am surprised on that one as they call the interception as it stands. Wow.
That's stunning events here.
That is a rare situation where I tell you what, the referees, they made a mistake on that one. There was a clear offsides at the bottom of the screen. The player was 3 yards offsides before the snap even came out. They didn't call it, and it ends up being an interception. They thought maybe they had a free play.
That was the only reason why you put the ball up like that. That's the only reason you put it up like that.
So the onside kick recovery basically is null and void now, and Conneaut has the ball like they would have just taken a kick return a couple yards here. And a great job on the defensive end, though. Huge stop in through. Right there, big number 51, Christian Bratt got in and stopped. Again, Isaiah Bowles there. And, man, I just tell you, staying confident. Just next play, I guess, Coach Cooper able to keep his team focused and a huge stop on defense to start this possession for the defensive side for Edgewood.
Very true. And if you're Conneaut, hey, that ain't your job to make the right calls. Like, you
take advantage, 100%.
You put the foot on the gas.
Now you want to make sure you hold this ball and get this win and put an exclamation point on this game that's been back and forth all night long.
Watch the outside pressure.
Stilton, they're going to read that, hand it off on the inside to Bowles, and he's going to push forward down to the 34-yard line, lowering the shoulder, getting 5 yards.
Boy, it's pressure cooker time, isn't it? I mean,
well, I'll tell you what, that play, you just can't help but bring it up, and I know it's not popular to take, stances on officials during games, period, anymore, but still, I mean, that's just a blatant missed call when you have a line judge at the bottom of the screen who's watching the line, the jump.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen, obviously, some, to not make the pro reference for the high school game, but Miles Garrett gets some great jumps off the line, but that was clearly an offsides. Yeah, and that's a play where, again, you're thinking, okay, I've got a free play to throw a ball up here, and it ends up being a turnover.
Because you don't make that throw if you don't realize you have that free play. But hey, interesting situation here. They take off time off the clock.
And I think there's going to be a timeout taken, I'd imagine, by Conneaut.
Yeah, it is. Conneaut timeout.
And it will be, so chance for a breather here, AA. One more time to tell you about our presenting sponsor for CVC TV. It's the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. You know them, you love them. Dr. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. And their specialties include everything from dental surgery and implants to corrective jaw and facial surgery and trauma reconstruction. If for all of your oral surgery needs, do yourself a favor, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. And, of course, as always, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and us here at CVC TV.
Now, here's as the cool kids used to say, the $64,000 question. If you're Conneaut, you're putting the ball up in the air here on a third down. Basically, what I'm asking is, do you go conservative here and run it, keep that clock rolling, or maybe put the ball up in the air, kind of shock this defense.
I mean, you can do that, and you've had a quarterback, obviously, the night so far. For Colby Stiltner, 14 of 21, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he does have 2 interceptions, so you take that risk.
Watch where the safety drops, too.
Stiltner, he is going to look to pass. Quick pass over the middle on a slant, and it's intercepted by Edgewood. Breaking down the left side and brought down. And I tell you what, made up for it right there. Riley Baldwin makes the huge play. 3rd interception of the night for this defense. And back and forth we go again, Double A.
This game is nuts. This game is nuts. You put it in the air, you're going for the W. And Baldwin is just right there. Almost got stripped away, too. Bowles almost stripped it away. But Edgewood, somehow, some way, 4 plays later, they are inching in the red zone. And a new opportunity here for this Warriors team.
It's almost like the football guys decided to right the wrong on the missed call earlier in this quarter now, and a chance again for Edgewood. Keeper for the quarterback there, DeFore. He runs up the middle.
Now again, defense, you got to lock in. You got to set in, lock in. You understand, as Kyle, as you mentioned multiple times, it is still a 2-possession game. With that 9-point difference, not able to convert the 2-point conversion. So still lock in defensively. Don't give up the big play. Even if they get in the end zone.
15 yards. I mean, there's not going to be a huge play down the middle or anything like that, I wouldn't think. But again, you're just tearing them down, honestly. Conneaut trying to bend, not break here. You made a good point, too, partner, is Pope gets to carry this time on the inside. He's going to get met. Try to push those legs forward and get the first down. He's close. Maybe going to be a little bit short.
Defensively, I'm taking that, right? What I was saying was, don't give up, if you're the DBs, the shot to the end zone on one play where no clock is taken off.
And the helmet came off there for one of the Edgewood players, so he has to jog off, and they have to make a quick sub.
Malowski there coming off the field. And we've seen it a few times here where the helmets have been coming off for both teams, the physicality there. Even with blocking.
I'll tell you, DeFore, when he was jogging about in the field, look like he rolled his ankle there for a second, Double A. Just a brief observation to take. We'll see if he's hampered, if he's asked to run here on 3rd and short. And Edgewood, a real opportunity to get fully back into this game and make this even closer. DeFore going to roll to his left, looking, trying to hit to the outside. He does get through, and he's right at the marker. Did he extend the ball and get it? Yeah, he's right there, and I think he is going to be, I think you're going to say he's short, Double A.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's short by about maybe 1.5 inches.
Oh, I thought he got the first down and stepped out of bounds.
Well, they still have 4th down on the marker. They have 1st down on the board.
And remember, again, the clock stops when the possession, when you get a new first down.
He went out of bounds, but I believe he was short. Yeah, so it's going to be 4th and inches here, Double A. A long couple of inches to try and essentially keep this game alive for the Warriors. I say that, but you never know. It's high school football, but this is huge, nevertheless. DeFore again in that shotgun. Going to keep it, cut inside. He should have it, Double A. I believe that time he got through, and still pushing forward as the offensive line gives him the boosts. That's a big first down.
Forward progress, of course, making things happen. I thought it was the right play call defensively. You know, he crashed inside and basically contained, but the floor didn't initially go. It was that delayed takeoff, and it was just enough for the first down.
Part of that read option is, hey, who has the better route, me or Javen Pope? And he said, I do, so he pulled it back down and got enough. So 1st and 10 from the 11. They can still get a first down, but they're going to go for it in the end zone, a touchdown! Have yourself a day! Devin Sanchez, his 3rd receiving touchdown, and now it is just a 3-point game.
Let's call this a hat trick, ladies and gentlemen. That throw right in the pocket, perfect spot. If that ball was off, that's an interception in the end zone. So the Warriors barely taking time off the clock, too, getting in the end zone.
That's the huge part, too, Double A. Now a 3-point game, and you don't mind it. I mean, you can probably attempt the extra point here and not feel too bad about it, because you can obviously come down, take a field goal if you had to, and try and win the game. This will be huge, though, as Kaczerski tries to make it a 2-point game. Snap good, hold down, kick on the way, line drive, through it, it is good. 29-27, Edgewood has fought their way back. At one point, it was a 29-14 game double-A. Now, just a 2-point game with 3:41 to go. How about that?
Coach Cooper for the Warriors talked about how he was, looking for positive opportunities here. And you look at this Edgewood schedule. If they can somehow win this game, they got Jefferson area next week, got Lakeside the week after. They can rattle off some W's, and playoffs is still in play. They still talk about week 11. Even with this record, you got the expanded playoff scheduling and stuff. So fight your way through, find a way to come after it. If you're Conneaut right now, learning how to close out games, this is a critical moment for them right now.
And you got to think too that the game that Isaiah Bowles has had 22 carries for 161 yards and that touchdown to start the third quarter that really sprung Conneaut again out front even more. He's got to be a focal point in this next drive.
If they can get to the next drive, because Edgewood is going to go for another onside kick. Remember, they converted last time. Conneaut is moving more players to the near side of the field now.
We'll see if they actually do it or not. It's an interesting idea, but it's smart from Coach Dobrin to have his best hands guys up front. And they will try it again. Double A's right on the money. That one taken in and brought down. The big man able to pull that one in.
And he did it perfectly, too. As soon as you catch the football, no funny business, just fall down and move on.
Great job right there by big number 63, Dylan Phillip, who made the essentially the catch at that point and just went straight down, as Double A said. It's the number one thing you do when you get the ball when you're not supposed to return kicks is just go right down.
And that's senior leadership, too. The big man, and he's been making plays, across the board here today. And that's what you do. You work on special teams forever, even if you don't like it. This is why. This is exactly why. You don't want to give possessions away.
All right, so we'll see now if Colby Stiltner can lead this offense and try to hold on to the ball and win this football game. Great field position. Bowles, handoff middle, again spinning through. He's going to get met after a gain of about roughly 7 to 8 yards, and that's been a story all night. Bowles able just to spin through this defense and get a good gain.
Of course, he's a phenomenal runner. Bowles has to be a little bit careful, though. This Warriors defense is going for the strip, obviously, late. They're trying to get the turnover. So anytime he spins, the ball could be exposed. So he has to make sure that ball's tucked in tight.
They're going to say Bowles was down after only a gain of 5 yards. They stopped his forward momentum there. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 across midfield now as Conneaut, again, chipping away at the clock here, trying to hold on and get this win.
Home crowd's coming alive here for their defense.
Offense definitely a part of that. Is Stiltner going to keep it? He saw a lane. Stiltner breaks through and he's going to fall. He slips at the 35-yard line. And you know what? That's actually not a bad thing if you're Conneaut. Keep that possession and move the chains.
I know, young man. I know you want that touchdown. I am not here to take away an opportunity to get the touchdown. But Kyle, you're right on it because a new possession, new set of downs. The clock rolls, and that's what you want. You want to keep that clock. Keep the football away from Edgewood as long as possible. You've proven you can keep it for 10 minutes plus. You do it this time, you're winning the football game.
You only have to do it for another 2 minutes and 20 seconds here as Stiltner with a great read, getting that first down. In the shotgun, Bowles on his left, hit that ball, fumble, and Bowles falls down. And I'll tell you what, that was very nerve-wracking. On the exchange, almost fumble, but Bowles able to corral it and again just fall straight down. Hey, listen, we'll take the 2-yard loss instead of the turnover.
For Conneaut, this is going to be the longest 2 minutes. You can imagine just trying to just close this out. The mistakes, that play has worked the other 60 times they've ran it. It's just one of those things.
Just trying to hold on to the ball and the possession and the win with the 2-point lead. Conneaut, 2nd and 11. On the 35-yard line, letting that clock roll down.
Got to get to feel comfortable, at least 3, 4, 5 yards here.
Colby Stiltner going to keep it himself, working up the middle, and he did not get that double A back to the line of scrimmage. And Coach Cooper calls that timeout.
Yeah,
That's smart.
This is great time out there by the defense, but this is getting a little nerve-wracking here if you're the Spartans.
Yeah, I'd imagine this ball is not going anywhere near the air on 3rd down. Run it again, force that clock down.
But that's the tricky thing. Okay, Edgewood has not proven that that they're going to kick a field goal. But, I mean, they have a kicker who can kick an extra point. I'm just saying.
No timeouts for Edgewood either. So even if you run and don't get this third down conversion double A, you're still going to run a ton of time off the clock. Honestly, you could take, again, that penalty back and punt it through and pin them deep. And okay, no time and a bunch of yards to try and make a play. I mean,
so you figure here, this is what, 3rd and 12 coming up here?
Mm-hmm.
So you figure, okay, let's say they don't get the first down. If they get the first down, the game's over. If they don't get the first down, you take off, 6 seconds from the clock, from the play.
And then obviously the play clock before, which is about 35?
I believe 35 seconds. So that takes you to inside 50 seconds.
And now also Conneaut could just run another run play too and take more time off the clock and just play it safe and then give them even less time with the ball as well. So there's a way to do that. There's a way to maneuver this. We'll see how it actually plays out now.
Would they dare pass?
Nah.
Now, I know what you said before.
And another bobble snap. It's on the floor, but it's picked up. Oh, that was
man.
terrifying.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Bowles falls on it, and I mean, that was close. 4th down and long, and now, this is a
punt.
Get rid of the ball if you're Conneaut at this point and just try to pin him deep, I'd imagine. Maybe even take the penalty so you can run the clock as low as you possibly can. Then you just get rid of that football because that's back-to-back handoffs that were fumbled.
I understand in sports you do face an opponent. The toughest opponent sometimes is yourself. It really is.
Or even, I guess Conneaut has a timeout, so they could just take it.
Yeah, you run the clock all the way down. We don't have the play clock exposed. The officials do.
No, I'm sure Coach Dobrins and the referees here, they'll let them know.
Yep.
And there it is. So 35 seconds on the game clock here as the timeout is taken. Both teams have taken all their timeouts now. So 35 seconds left. And, honestly, Conneaut should be giving the ball back to Edgewood. They're going to have a chance to play, and we've seen explosive plays from this Edgewood team. You talk about what dreams are made of earlier on in the game. This is exactly what they are, a chance to win it for both sides.
This is almost a similar scenario from that Madison Lutheran West game. Almost to a T. In that game, Lutheran West scored the first points with 17 seconds left in regulation, and Madison only needed 10 seconds to score. Here we got 34 seconds. Got to get the punt off, obviously. But it's easier said than done. And, man.
You don't have to get much on the punt. Just get it off and obviously down the field. If they even decide to punt, we'll see who's back.
I would imagine if they
this is very close to the line of scrimmage here. Looks like
it has to be a pooch punt situation.
Yeah, Brady Vera does punt the football.
Do they have enough players on the field? Okay, now they do.
And they will decide to get this off. It's a snap to the left. That's going to be a line drive punt, and it's going to go into the end zone. So 29 seconds officially on the clock. Ball going to get placed at the 20-yard line. No timeouts, but there is still life for Edgewood.
And DeFleur has proven that he has a cannon.
4 touchdown passes, double A, and 200 yards through the air today. Says you're exactly right.
These DBs, where they align, where the linebackers align here. Obviously, you want to challenge the receivers a little bit here, but I would imagine you're not seeing a bubble screen.
And DeFleur got a tear in his jersey, too. He's been fighting all game long, and an opportunity to throw one last haymaker. Can Edgewood do it? Trips to the bottom of your screen.
They got a matchup advantage here at the bottom.
Yeah, plenty of receivers back. DeFleur buying time, rolling to his left. Going to take a shot. He's hit as he throws the jump ball, and it's incomplete. Not down. That was smart. Almost playing defense. Just get that ball down. And you almost wonder, double A, if you run a couple quick plays to the sideline to try and get out of bounds. Because Conneaut played so many players deep. You have those shrunk plays on the sidelines you could run, especially with trips at the bottom of the screen, as you saw. But instead, trying to extend the play and make a shot down the field, and that's obviously the result.
And let's say that play was completed. How much time? They got to run back down to the field and clock it, and you take more time off the clock.
Well, that's why Pope knocked that ball down. He's like, I'm not even going to try and catch this because I'm not going to have time to get my quarterback to clock it.
See where the safety drops.
This time going to run to his right, going to throw. It's caught. Got to try to get out of bounds here, and he's down, I believe, inbounds. That clock's going to run. They've got 10 seconds to try and spike this one. Getting to the line, trying to set it quick.
The clock stopped.
The clock is stopped for some reason. It's supposed to run.
Well, if it was a first down, the clock stops with it being a first down.
That did.
So the moment that the chains were reset, that's when you restart the clock. So that's what happened here.
It got just enough for the first down, so good call, double A on that one. 7 seconds. I guess they...
If you are the defense right now, the only people I want to see, if you're Conneaut on our TV screen, is the defensive line. Everybody else should be off the television screen these last 7 seconds.
So this, with about 7 seconds, I'd imagine, be for the game. Before looking, going to take a shot. It's deflected and incomplete. We're going to have one more chance. 3 seconds. Great job by Conneaut's defense on the deflection, and it's all going to come down to this play, double A.
Conneaut defensively has handled this to a T so far. So far. 1 play left, no timeouts. And again, to this point, unless you're the down lineman, maybe you send a linebacker, to spy. You don't even need to spy, to be perfectly honest. Get everyone off the television screen for this last play.
And you see there's about 5 or 6 Conneaut defenders at least 10 to 15 yards off the ball, if not further. And you maybe see some laterals, we'll see some trickeration, whatever we got to see. They got to go a long way. 58 yards, throw, middle. It is incomplete, and that's the game. Conneaut holds on. What a game it was, 29-27. The Spartans get the win, their second of the season. It's been a long time coming, but the Spartans get the job done here in late division play in the CVC. AA, what a game we had tonight.
A beautiful football game. Absolutely beautiful football game. Congratulations to Conneaut, because I'll tell you, they had to fight all the way to it. They had to battle themselves. Those handoffs that were fumbled those last couple of moments, they had to do it. But what a W. They did everything they could to hold on. And an amazing win for this Conneaut Spartans team.
I mean, you talk about, obviously, the defense stepping up huge on that last possession. I can't think of anyone else. I know, obviously, Kobe Stolner had a game where he did throw 3 interceptions, but he was responsible for 3 touchdowns, too. But the clutchness of someone like Ryan Turner on the defensive end as well, double A. Got to give credit to that young man. He had 6 catches tonight for 23 yards, but both 2 touchdowns. Receiving defensively, came up with some huge plays, including that interception that was technically not an interception, but was an interception. So give Ryan Turner credit. He is your CVC TV player of the game tonight for, again, this Conneaut team we talked about, just trying to put pieces together. And I think both sides found some things they can really build off of tonight in what was an awesome rivalry game in the late division. But for the Spartans, their first win in the late division tonight, and a chance to move forward and possibly, you talk about week 11. I mean, there's still a chance.
It was beautiful. I mean, it's just beautiful, just the way it all played out. And, they did a great job. And I'll tell you what, Edgewood, they could have just, went home and called it a day when this game opened up. They got the big touchdown to bring it within 9. And then, some other things happened throughout the course of the game. I'll tell you what, this fourth quarter, it's right up there. You're talking about, what we have seen here on CVC TV, and, it's building blocks that you referenced for both of these teams. And I like it.
Just phenomenal, too. It was 29-14, and Conneaut had this long, drawn-out possession where they just held on
10 minutes
to the ball for so long. It seemed like the entire third quarter and part of the fourth, they just had the ball the entire time, and it was a great job by Edgewood not to get deterred. Despite some missed calls, despite whatever it was, they fought all the way through, but Conneaut just stonewalled them at the end with some great defense, and a huge win for the Spartans. Double A, your final thoughts on what's been a eventful 2 days out here on the far northeastern point of Northeast Ohio?
The CVC Lake Division is pretty tough. Of course, Madison and Geneva, they get the headlines. They got the headliner next week. But I'll tell you what, some of these other young teams, we saw 2 of them here tonight with Conneaut, Edgewood. We saw Jefferson area last night. Some young teams in this Lake Division that is going to do some damage here in these final weeks and in the next season. all with great cultures, and we saw a great game. We saw two teams. It's been a long time since they've been involved in close games, and they both had to struggle to get to the finish line. But congrats to both of these teams to getting to the finish line and fighting their way through it. Excellent effort on both sides for both teams in front of pretty much a sold-out crowd.
It was a fantastic night
here at Ashtabula.
It was fantastic. In the final score, 29-27, Conneaut gets the win over Edgewood. Of course, next week we'll be in Wycliffe. Matchup between, again, Wycliffe and Brooklyn over on CVC TV. Excited to have you guys in for that. But, of course, Double Anthony Alfred, I'm Kyle Cornell, our entire team. Also want to thank our sponsors for the night, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, Alpha Animal Removal, Taz Tree Service, Sewer Cleaning Company, R&T Fence, and Air Quality Control Heating and Cooling LLC, Greenie Sports Cards, Woodlake Realty, Hobby Motorsports, and the Ohio Media School. That's a wrap here from Ashtabula County. The final one more time, 29-27. Conneaut comes in and wins on the road here on CVC TV. Have a fantastic weekend.